Yeah. Sometimes I get so mad, there's no controlling me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see things, realize something needs change. Cause I know you got me up, let me show you what's up. Cause enough is enough. I'll take a face full of pavement just to make a statement. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll bleed on your face to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit and I go crazy when I'm mad. I'ma poke a hole through you, choking's overdue. Come at me and you won't get any older, dude. Crack your holder too. Heating up inside of me, blood so violently. Thanks for trying me. Now it's finally time to see how this rivalry becomes a dynasty. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll bleed on your face to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit and I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you gon' wish you would shut the fuck up real bad. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have it douse, not what I'm about, have your f***ing cloud, it be raining now. I keep making sound, go another round, I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. 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 Cause I just wanna hear it out your mouth, yeah. Give me fuel, it's a tool that I use to go ahead and run my mouth, yeah. I take shots, I take loss, I make shots, I miss lots. That's how you get big box, you get yachts, you swing lots and pop off a big shot. I ain't done chasing, got big dreams, bigger things, impatient. Who's at the top think they need replacement? Who's at the top think I'm gonna erase them? Face it, I don't give up quick, I don't give up shit, I won't give up this. Cause I know that I want it, know that I'm on it, I'll make it, I promise. You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can.
It's Monday night, and we are here. Gaming Grindhouse is open. There's a line at the door. Come on in. Maybe standing room only tonight. What? Oh, damn. I got to fix my mic. Oh, damn. It has to go up. Oh, damn. Pick that up. So, yes. Frogs right now, he is traveling, and he may join in, may not. He is out and traveling. He did take a picture over in LA. He's waiting for his John Tar edition when he comes back for his John Tar. He can't wait for John Tar edition. But Frogs is out traveling, so he may not be joining us tonight. But we do have Ghost in a Shell. What's up? How you doing, man?
What's up, Jazz? What's happening, everybody? What's up, Grinders?
Yeah, Grinders. But shout out to those Grinders that are coming on in. We had Wild Wolf. We had Martin DS, Nova Red, Carol, Virtual Reality from Quebec. What's up? Nova Red, Geraldo Nunez, Nelson Gaming, Tool Man. The tools are here. How you doing, Ron M? Shout out Cyber Dragon. How you doing? Game night 1, 2, 3. Yes, this will be when I'm showing my letter to the CMA. Written in blood. It's written in blood. Antonio.
I got my letter to the CMA.
You got your letter out there too? Dude, I made sure I got my letter out there. Have my children also writing their letters to the CMA. I gave them the template. So I told them to write their letters. We'll drop it off. I'll tell them it's Santa's mailbox and we'll put it in there for the CMA. Jeff B Gaming, Mr. Tennis, Vex, how you doing? Shout out there by Tenshu. Kylo, yeah, boy. 72. JX. Kylo, I think I said you already. Man, you guys are rocking here. And Overred Grinders coming on in. Hit that like button. Share it out. Boycott Activision. He cannot wait. The stream is coming in fast. 12 minutes to Hades. Oh, damn. 12 minutes in Hades. Oh, man. It's all on Game Pass. Microsoft's fearing Halloween. That's right, Wild Wolf. Shout out to everybody coming on in. Hit that like button, and we are gonna go to your shout out. If you see those names, DDP, what's up? DDP 540. If you see those names in green, Maniolas, what's up? How you doing? And you see these wonderful little emojis that we have here. We have the gear booster we talked about last week. We got Bootleg Joel, Mass Produce. How you doing? You got DDP showing the gears, Toolman showing Holy Spirit Activate. We got Booty Cloud. We got the 3 C's, which we'll be talking about. Those are a number of people that are writing letters. We'll classify them in the 3 C's. And then we also have a wonderful Halo Rat and Craig edition. If you wonder where those are from the VIP Grinders. And you hit that join button to be a VIP Grinder. And then you'll also get to party with Mr. Herman Holtz doing quality splits. And, he's been playing. I hear it in the distance. I think I hear it. What? Oh, what? Oh, man, he's like, you know what it is. Oh, my goodness. It's that time for the VIP Grinders. And Herman Holtz doing his quality splits. There they are, the VIPs. I don't know if Herman Holtz could split any further than this. But shout out to the VIPs. We'll do all the awesome. Man, that Jack O, Sam Adams, Herman Holtz is serving. Samuel Adams, Jack O Pumpkin Ale. Damn, that's good. Good choice, Mr. Herman Holtz, as we partying in the bar. Ooh, that is a good beer. I like that. I like pumpkin stuff. Shout out to everybody. Herman Holtz. We got Samuel Adams, Jack O on tap. And he is partying with the VIP Grinders. Quality splits. And serving excellent Sam Adams Jack O beer. Not sponsored, but this is what I'm serving because it's quality. It's wonderful. And thank you, Mr. Herman Holtz. And thank you, VIPs. Now, we're back. Shout out to everybody. VIP Grinders. Blue Moon tonight. Oh, Mr. Tennis says he's bringing his own. It's Herman. He's not drinking Herman Holtz's Jack O. Oh, damn. That's all right. You don't have to drink Herman Holtz's. That's his preferred a quality selection. That's what he was drinking with Hideo Kojima when they took the picture. They seem like they're normal people celebrating quality games. When Phil Spencer's there, it looks like somebody took a shit in their pants and they put him in the corner. And they said, go sit over there, Phil, because you stink up the place. Very awkward photos from from Phil Spencer and Hideo Kojima. But man, friggin' Herman Holtz partying with beers, celebrating. Exactly. Kojima Xbox is like, yo, who took a shit in their pants? Go sit in that corner over there. Phil's like, but I got G Cloud with me. Oh damn, we don't want that G Cloud. That contraption. Goddamn contraptions you got going on there, Phil Spencer. Cloud is not even proven yet. Why are you walking around with that thing in your pocket? Pause. Well, damn. So, yeah, we got, yes, Mass Produce. I gotta say something, man. If you're not a Giants fan, I'm sorry, you're not gonna like this part, but man, go Giants. I've been pumped up. They've been, I'm getting goosebumps watching them play, man. I can't believe it. Giants have been trash for years. And Daniel Jones, I was done with him, man. But I'm telling you, it reminds me, and I don't know for the Giants fans in the crowd, but it reminds me, Eli Manning sucked in the first few years of his career. Like, he was just like, he was doing that fought shit. And then all of a sudden he clicked and he was just like ice cold Eli and just doing some crazy ass things. And that's when they made their run. And I feel like the Giants with the running and with the quarterback now with Daniel Jones, man, dude, they're just clicking. Like, he's making passes. People are catching balls. The defense is going crazy, stopping goal line stands and getting fumbles in the end zone. I'm like, whoa, baby, man. It's a good time. Finally. At least they don't make you wait 20 years like Xbox does for games. The Giants only a 4 years or so before trash. And know what else, too? At least the NFC is competitive this year. Let them compete. Because they were just the bottom of the barrel. They think they wouldn't. They were the losing record. So now it's and of course, whoever did the schedule must know it's going to be Eagles, Giants, and Dallas. It's going to be them fighting for the first. So let's see where that goes. And shout out to the Phillies. Phillies going to the World Series. That's some awesome stuff. I'm not a huge Yankees fan. I'm more of a Mets fan. But you know what? I go with the Phillies because I kind of meet halfway. My family kind of likes their Philadelphia. They like some of the Philly stuff. But I'm all New York stuff, New York Rangers, New York Giants. Baseball, I'll go halfway with the Phillies. I'm proud for them. I think that's a good job on them. That was an awesome series. Make me watch baseball, man. Playoff baseball, that's the only time I watch baseball. Because I can't watch it when it's 167 games and be like, we lost one. Holy shit. I'm like, there's 170 games, goddammit. But playoff baseball, I'll watch that. Yeah, but yeah, let them compete. Sorry, man, let them compete. Let the NFC compete. NFC East, let them compete. Even the Jets, they're doing good. Man, the freaking Jets. But Grinders, I know we're just chatting about sports. We don't come here for sports. We come here for the gaming grind board. And we got a show for you. We got the Discord peeking its head out for the PlayStation update for Xbox where you don't have to use your phone. So that's good news. Like, we don't want to use our phone because initially it was you had to like beam your stuff over. So we got that coming. So we'll talk briefly about that. Then, Plague Tale Requiem, you saw it streaming here. I streamed Plague Tale Requiem. Nick said he fell asleep. That I hope it didn't bore him too much. I tried to be entertaining while I was playing Plague Tale Requiem. I could tell you that the AI is bootleg. I could tell you that your sidekick is a babysitter. It is kind of the classic, I don't need this dude following me around because he's useless. And all he does is complain. And this guy is like, all he doing is crying. He's like, don't kill them. Don't kill them. Stop it. Stop it. I'm like, dude, they get killed with me. And he's saying, don't kill them as they're beating my ass. Anyway, we'll talk about that on my stream there. And then we got God of War Ragnarok. John Tar previews are out. Stay off the internet. There's going to be something tomorrow, too. I'll give you a sneak peek of that. PS5 back in stock, ruling the NPDs. I don't want to say I told you so, but I told you so. Then we got Remembering Halo. Oh. That was sad.
Game over.
Yeah, that was a sad. That video, man, was very powerful. That grinded my gears. That made me go, And you wonder why the origins of this channel. We're going to talk about that. And then letters to the CMA. Everybody got their letters out. Hell, Santa's not getting shit this year because everybody's sending their letters out to the CMA. So, and overall, everything's looking spooky. And it's not Halloween. It's this weird-ass shit on Twitter. I'm going to talk about it. First, Ghost, what have you been up to? without seeing all this crazy stuff on the Twitters?
Man, just I'm gearing up for retirement. I got 14 days.
Oh,
Counting.
damn. He's ready.
Oh, I am
You
ready.
ended
man,
at a
but
perfect time.
I am, and it's been a good run, man. 21 years in the United States Army, and another 11 years in the private
Congrats.
sector.
Thank you,
So
man. For your
I'm
services, man.
done. I'm done, man. So I've been playing Modern Warfare on Veteran. And
Yes, I got to download that. I wasn't have a chance to play it this weekend. I wanted to play it.
They are wiping me down. Like
Really?
them the most hip firingest sniper shotgun one
Oh,
shot.
damn.
Dude.
Oh,
But yeah,
damn. Like, it's odd because I play on Veteran. I don't play Hardened at all. I play,
I play all on Veteran, man, and it's a blast. I'm gonna say this though, man, that like um that is a beautiful looking game, man. I mean, they Activision showed they ass on that one, so I got to give credit where credit's due.
Yeah, I know. I've been hearing that. And and know what's interesting is that the fact that this, I think, is like one of the first times I made the campaign able to play prior to the story, right?
Yeah.
And I think that it really gives because usually nobody really talks about the campaign to Call of Duty. They kind of go like, it's there. But it actually gave it a chance for people to kind of give impressions on the campaign, which it's really hard to get impressions for Call of Duty campaign after it releases because everybody just jumps online.
Right.
But yeah, it's very interesting because I'm interested in playing that, and because I know first off it's like a re-envisioning of the Modern Warfare 2, so they have the same characters, but it's like a retelling of the story. And I really liked Modern Warfare 1. I really liked how they did that one.
Yeah, that one was a great classic.
Yeah.
Classic one.
So hopefully they took the criticism for that multiplayer, and we'll see how that goes.
Yeah,
But the campaign's good.
I have high hopes. I think what they're doing with the rollout of the campaign, I'm hoping, I'm keeping my expectations in check, but I'm thinking that if they did this good of a job on the campaign, then I think we're in for a treat on the multiplayer side. So
good. Yeah, because that beta was a little rough.
Yeah, that beta was rough.
It was rough, but I guess that's a beta.
So other than that, man, just I'm watching my Eagles dominate. They're bye week this week.
Oh, see, there you go. See, this is gonna be a versus right here. We're gonna come back when they play each other at the end. It's like at the end of the season, their game.
Yeah, and NFC the strongest division.
Hey man, it's good.
I know we're talking about games. That's good. It's good.
Now we got at least two people in the playoffs. Hopefully, it's the Giants and I guess then the Eagles. I just don't want the Giants and Eagles playing the playoffs because Giants usually don't do well. But who knows with Daniel Jones, dude? I'm gonna tell you, always the issue with the Eagles though is the fact that their quarterback has to stay healthy. Because if Hurts goes down, then
we're done for.
And it's always that like they do great, and then the quarterback just can't last in there. But he's playing lights out, man. You can't. They're doing great. I'm not gonna deny that. But I can't. I'm really excited to see like a Giants Eagles game now. I like it now because I think they're both like doing well. Before it would just be like ugh, and then both of them could beat the shit out of Dallas, even though Giants lost to Dallas. But I think that was their eye-opening. That eye-opening. But you a Phillies fan?
No, man. I'm a Reds fan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's an embarrassment.
Oh, you're all over the place,
I'm all over the place, man. But just like I said, playing Call of Duty. I'm gearing up for God of War, and I'm literally staying off of, except listen to my favorite podcasters. But I'm staying off of YouTube because I don't want to be ruined. Even if I was to see a spoiler, I'm still getting it. It's not like oh shit.
I know, but I just don't want to hear it at all. Like because
I don't want.
Yeah. I agree, man.
And I'm staying off Discord, staying off UCore. I mean, I want to be amazed like I was in 2018.
Yeah, I agree.
I can remember, like I was in Afghanistan. I was right outside of Haditha, and I remember, one of my friends sent me that game, and I remember popping that bad boy in and had the whole barracks mesmerized when 2018 jumped out. I mean, everybody was like, what the fuck is this? So I want that feeling again, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that carried me through some tough times over there. So a little bit of nostalgia, and then so I'm excited and I'm pumped, man. So no matter naysayers or any of the silly shit that these gaming media can say is gonna dampen my hype.
Mm-hmm. No, hell yeah, man. Yeah, there's no way. Come on, what's coming out? Like we people like we're talking about the Gotham Knights and Plague's Tale 30 frame. It's like We got Call of Duty and God of War. Like, there we go. Like, that's the holiday. There's really not much. And Callisto Protocol, I'm hyped for, and they confirmed December, which I still think is an awkward time of the year. But you know what? It's actually, I'd rather do, because I'll probably be taking vacation around that time and get to play that. I wish that game was coming out for Halloween. Somebody asked, like, what I'm playing for Halloween. You know what? I've been holding off on the Query, and that's kind of what I'm planning to play. I wanted to play that. I tried the Medium. I got my written review right here, but I'm gonna post my written review, but I will give you a verbal review right now. Here it goes. Go, everybody, get ready. Here's my Medium review. That one fart and a flush. That is that one, the Medium, and that's why I'm a little that Blooba team. It's our good friends at Blooba team working on the Silent Hill game, which I hope Herman Holtz is going to have to do some extra splits, because we're going to make sure that those guys do not do that Medium for Silent Hill. And Herman Holtz better be on top of that. He better go, you do that. I'm going to smack you, rip the skin off your body, like in the Silent Hill movie. You know
is the Bloober team, or is Sony marketing or putting any money?
Sony's behind this thing, and Konami doesn't have to make a game, so Sony's pretty much going to be like, yeah, this is what we want. We're paying for this thing. So, the Bloober team better turn it up, because I played the Blair Witch Project, and that was another one fart and a flush for that one. That was my Grindhouse review there, and really, that one was not too good. That got me nauseous. That one, the Blair Witch, and then the Medium. Oh my goodness! You know what's crazy about the Medium, and I don't want to. Yeah, I do want to shit on them. The thing is the hype that this was a next-gen only exclusive game, and it is the most dull, like, it is so antiquated in its movement. Like, it's like you're playing the original Silent Hill or not even Resident Evil, like an original just walking puzzle game. And it just is so, like, it just, and the split screen thing, I feel like doesn't do anything. It would be better if I just hit the button and the whole world like went into like a portal, like basically like Ratchet and Clank, like basically like just changed and save on the frame rate, please. Like, the split screen really had, I did about 2 hours. I think I had 2 hours in it. I was like, oh my God, this is so slow. She walks so slow. The hilarious thing is when you do the run, she moves as fast as she just moves her arms, but she's moving the same speed throughout the thing. Like, oh no. And yeah, not good.
Remember when the Medium was released and they had the split screen, they were literally like trying to compare, like, I guess the effect of that to Ratchet and Clank. They were like, see, Xbox can do it too. Like,
and that's the thing that got me. I'm like, this is the game that they were talking about, the Medium and Game Pass, like what to get. This is what they had like 3 months after launch was the Medium. Meanwhile, when the one launched, you had Titanfall. This game, you had the Medium as a next-gen game. Oh my God, like, this is the game? This is it? Like, holy crap. Like, the cap is out. Is ludicrous. It's not even real people now. I don't even know. I think they're bots, like real bots, not X-bots, real bots, because I can't believe people have a real brain when they're hyping this shit up. I'm like, they're like, I'm not going to play this shit. Watch me tweet that. Like, this is the best game ever. And they just must sit back and laugh. Like, honey, like, I'm not playing that shit, but hold on. I'm going to tweet that it's the best thing ever. Watch this. And that's what they do.
But, some people set up bots to buy PS5s. Xbox guys set up bots to cap.
to cap, exactly. Auto capping bots. Like, I don't even, because they got to be like, a Game Pass has to be tagged. Phil Spencer has to be tagged. Save My Children has to be in there. Make sure you get Aaron Greenberg in there because they might retweet you. Like, I just don't get that was the game that they were. Like, no wonder nobody, like, that game was done. Like, because they don't play that shit. That game was dull as hell. And I don't know if it gets better, but the story, that like turning, it just seems like I'm playing a game. Like, it belongs like in. I can't believe that game came out when it did, because that, like, I'm like, this game it has to be like a homage to like old ass games, because it was just so like, yeah, not good. But yeah,
you ever seen those YouTube, like, I don't know, shorts where like screenshots and you can like it's somebody like a thumbnail, and it was like some survey, and it was asking like, are with the supply increasing on the PS5, are you going to get one? So I'm scrolling through the comments, and some clown was like, "Man, with Game Pass," and I was like, "Jesus Christ, dude! There's nothing to do with Xbox. You just had to interject the ad for Game Pass. Like, fucking serious."
We're gonna talk about Game Pass and some of these freaking letters, dude. Like, you gotta be kidding me with some of this shit. Yeah, the game. I don't know. I just it frustrates the shit out of me because I'm like, nobody knows what the hell they're asking for. Nobody knows what they want. Like, how does this like, how does the perception of like what you used to get compared to now, that this is a lower quality of what you're expected to get, and you're not even, and then not even getting anything on top of that, and just to be like, yeah, this is great. This is great. Like, it's great. Dude, that medium thing didn't deserve any kind of notoriety. But because it was in Game Pass, there it goes. And we've seen that, with all that stuff, is like this if it's in Game Pass, it's like a thumbs approved. Like, you have to cap for it. You have to say, I'm playing it. You have to say this is the best thing. And we just been seeing this with Persona 5. We've been seeing this with Yakuza. Like, if those games just came out on Xbox platform, it would never get the traction on the internet from people talking about it. But because it's in Game Pass, it's a cap for Game Pass.
Hey, and mark my words, Jeff. Mark my words. And clip this, whomever's listening. If Gotham Knights ever goes to Game Pass, watch the flip-flop. Watch the flip-flop. Them dudes will be like, "Oh my God, Gotham Knights! I don't care that 30 frames. I like the visual fidelity."
No, we'll probably come out with a performance patch and then go to Game Pass. That's probably what happened. I'm sure that's the way it would go. But you're right. That's why Gotham Knights like came and went, and like nobody, it wasn't hyping. But trust me, if Gotham Knights was in Game Pass, that would have been a whole different story. With the way how that would have been perceived and how it would have been. Who knows? Even reviewed now. It affects review processes now too. Well, you could get it in Game Pass, so it's not too bad. I would say give it a shot. All of us, like, it affects reviews too. Like, it really does. So, it's just this ultimate thing where you don't need to play for games that are not good. But meanwhile, the whole system was built on day one high quality games. That was the shock of what Game Pass was supposed to be. That was the sales pitch. And yeah. Look at that high visual fidelity. Look at the ray tracing. Look at all this stuff. And it's just like, nah. Now it's just like came and go. Same thing with the Plague Tale. Like, Plague Tale got a lot of a push for it too, and it was in Game Pass, which I think was probably one of their best Game Pass gets. Oh, look, perfect example. The Game Night 123 with the 5. He goes, "Thank you so much, Game Night." He goes, "Ni no Kuni Remastered released on Game Pass, and I saw no one talking about it. Hell, I even forgot it dropped." Yeah. You're right. Yeah, Ni no Kuni Remastered. Hey, it is what it is, man. There's so many games to play. The lineup is incredible. Actually, look at before all this happened. Actually, we got, what's his name, one of the 3 C's himself, right here with the cap. There it is. Paris Lily. He has to say his thing. He goes, "In my opinion, all things considered, with several high profile delays, Xbox Game Pass has some solid offerings the past few months. I know some will disagree, but from my point of view, my family remains entertained when I look at what's coming. It's only going to continue to bring value."
Jesus Christ.
Like a late night infomercial.
If you call down in the next 10 minutes, you'll receive.
Exactly. But wait, there's more. I will throw in a Phil Spencer signed tattoo that you can put on your ass. It's just. I don't even know these PR public statements about like, it's great value. Don't forget, it's a great value. Like, I don't know.
Hey, so real quick, give me the floor real quick. So
yeah, you got the floor.
With an individual, I won't say any names, but we were talking about innovation between PS5 and Xbox Series X. And can I just read this list off of his innovation?
Read the list. Innovation.
All right, calibrated HDR, all digital console, adaptive controller for those with disabilities, backward compatibility standardized, backward compatibility enhanced, forward compatibility. God damn it.
Forward compatibility. Oh, Jesus.
Forward compatibility. Built-in mixer with SharePlay. Hey, I'm not gonna read this whole damn list because it's ridiculous. But I said, my response, I said,
batteries in the controller.
Yeah, I said, my guy, this must be your first Xbox, or you're mentally disabled. And if you are, I said, if you are, then I'm in this conversation because I don't make fun of mentally handicapped people. I was like, but this list is ridiculous. Like, I'm not responding to this. And I've been getting messages from him all day. I'm not mentally handicapped.
Let us compete. Let us compete. We got forward compatibility.
Forward compatibility, innovation, dark mode, controller player aside.
Dark mode. Oh, Jesus.
Jesus Christ.
Dark mode. That's just some background music when you're playing that. When you're playing that thing, we got. Yikes. Oh my God.
Now people in support. Like, I said, this has to be your first Xbox. Like,
we got the sound of them. Dark mode. Are you kidding? With dark mode? What the? What? Let us compete. Like, my God, I tell you, I don't get it. I do not get it. It makes no friggin' sense. And but anyway, let's shoot down these topics. We got some. We'll cover that probably with the CMA stuff. So Discord to PlayStation. There's a rumor going around that there basically is somebody in the Discord preview is saying that to link up your PlayStation and you could join Discord chats with your PlayStation. So that sounds pretty damn cool. That's sort of like they promised that they were partnering with PlayStation last year, and it took a while. And actually, Xbox got the update for Discord where you could join a Discord on your phone and then beam the conversation to your Xbox using your phone.
I'm trying to use the phone!
And basically, now they updated it in the Alpha Ring Cock Ring preview plan. I don't know what the hell it's called. It's called the Alpha Cock Ring. I don't know what they call this thing. But it's the Alpha Ring preview for Xbox that basically you'll be able to use. Now you could join the Discord without using your phone. So they got that update. And now PlayStation's supposedly getting their Discord update coming soon. I'm sure they're getting ready for Call of Duty, and that probably might be dropping in the next week or so. Because yeah, that's one of the things. Like, you know, when you try to do that crossplay, some dudes on PC, some guys are on a console, and you want to kind of like just be in a party and stuff. Discord was pretty awesome at that time. Like, I even did it with Halo when I was playing it. Basically getting into Discord, and I was using that whole, my headset was Bluetooth with with the game audio. So kind of I did that. I chatted with the Bluetooth with my phone and then did that. Now with Discord integration, you don't need to do that. So that sounds cool, but not too much information. There was a couple of screenshots. I was trying to find them just to show you guys. I'm sure you've seen them. You use Discord a lot, Ghost?
Only when I play like Destiny 2, because it's, especially with the crossplay. But other than that, I mean, I like using Discord right now. But as far as game, just with Destiny 2.
Yeah, and also too, I think it's just the voice channels. It's not like the posts or anything like that. Which, that I don't know if Sony's doing that, but this is kind of what the images look for the Sony one. And I just joined the Discord beta on the phone to see if I was going to get this. But so reconnect PlayStation to enable new features. PS5, you have join voice chat on PS5. Display the game that you're playing. So I just saw now recently, Discord is showing the game that I was playing. So that bullet point is working. The join voice chat on PS5, not yet. And then PS4 has a display your game playing. So that's been back since the PS4. So that works. But the join the chat seems to be only a PS5 thing. And then this is kind of what it looks like. I don't know why they have it on Xbox, but this is... Why do they have the Xbox one there? Oh, because so you can chat. But finally, it seems cool. Like, I think it'd be cool. It'd be cool to... really for crossplay, definitely it'll work there. I don't know, like for podcasting, it'll be pretty interesting too. I just think that the thing I always did with Discord is that I'm using my microphone with like, my kind of like better setup for audio recording for a podcast. Whereas if I would play via a phone, I'll be use my headset, which will probably not go for a podcast. Everybody sound like they're in a party chat, so because those microphones on those gaming headsets are not like a monocast or any kind of like XLR mic or even a USB microphone. But I recommend if anybody's going to podcast using that feature while they're gaming, because a lot of people do that, to try to use a USB headset so you get better quality if you're going to be doing podcasting. That's a recommendation. Or get one of the Rogue Delta USB that has an excellent microphone. I use that for podcasting as well. It's a gaming headset, but usually the PC USB headsets, gaming headsets have really good microphones. I have the Asus ROG and the Corsair. What is this one? The Virtuoso. They have good microphones. I specifically sought out those two headphones for possibly streaming while be using a headset. So at least it's something rather than sound like some tinny thing. But yeah, so that's Discord. Plague's Tale. We'll go to the Plague's Tale. Have you tried Plague's Tale?
No, I've not. That's not my cup of tea, man. I'm not for running around hiding and sneaking around.
Oh shit! Did you play the first one? No, your cup of tea. You didn't try it?
Yeah, I tried it and played about 10 minutes of it.
Yeah,
like, I'm good.
The first, so my history with Plague's Tales, I never played. I had it on PC. I never played it. Then they gave it away, or I don't know how I got it with PS Plus, or I got it on PlayStation, and I had it with the DualSense, and that kind of like pulled me into it to get a different experience with like, and I think too, like after I got through the initial run of launch games, like I was trying to look to see what's next, and that just kind of sat out there as something that uses the DualSense. And it made it interesting with the slingshot and the rats, and you could feel the rats, you could hear them, and 3D audio and stuff. So it kind of pulled me in, and the story was pretty interesting. It was definitely a different type of game, but definitely was slow, and it got a little whiny, with the kid, and just like she's always complaining and being very dramatic and stuff, and it gets kind of very heavy, like just like okay, oh my god, and it seems like very overacted as well. Like it's just like, but I really liked it. I thought it was really good. I liked the story. I like where it went. It was interesting. The problem with the second one though is that you kind of know what the story is with the rats because of the first game if you played it. So like you kind of just want to jump in and start doing stuff like more advanced stuff that you were doing in the first game, and the game starts off just as slow. They reintroduce concepts to make you do a hide and seek. In the beginning that kind of really, like a tutorial, and yeah, I was just like, oh, like, hey, come on, well, let's slow. She's still a little slow to to learn some of the things. Where's my thing? Here it is. I'll show it here. Again, in the beginning, where's my friggin' hide and seek? I'm about, yeah, here we go. You explore the town. I was showing it, but I'm going to say one thing, though, is that it really... Let me get to, like, where some action is here. Not that one. I'm exploring the town here. Yeah, this is the gameplay here. That's exploring the town. One thing is, though, she can, like, beat up people. What's up, Harry? How you doing? Like, she can, like you're not insta-kill if you get found. I was definitely playing a little more haphazard, like, just trying to run and sprint all over the place, which you can do. But I did notice in the second game that they do give you bigger areas to explore, a la more of like a Last of Us type like setup where it's a bigger area. You could go to the right, you go to the left. It's like even an Uncharted kind of just like have to have those like little like small kind of areas, but they kind of have a lot of variety to them where you could attack from. So they did add a lot of that to it, which was the first one was much more linear. But it's still a lot of sneaking around. And the beginning, the first 5 chapters at least, I got this dude here because this guy, and he's doing this the whole time. He is like falling into things. He's complaining that I'm killing people. He's just whining. She's all huffy and puffy. Like it is kind of just like very overacted. But the environments, the textures look great. And also the story, it's still not hitting. I heard it gets better near the end. Like it gets better, but the story is really not there. But the graphics are really good. Yeah, I really enjoyed the graphics.
The graphics are really, really good.
Yeah, they really are, and it's like one of those expectations. Here's the first time with the rats. This is awesome. But like, one of the things that is really amazing is like how they got this great graphical fidelity here. Not their frame rate, but like basically just the textures and the environment and the details and some of the scenes. Like there's a lot of rot and dead bodies and rats and stuff, and it was like some of it was really disgusting. And like the way the textures were, you were just like, oh, like you just like, ooh, this is not good. Like, yeah, it kind of did off-putting in that you could probably like, I wouldn't want smell-o-vision with that thing, basically. And yeah, I thought it was really the environment is really intense. But then what happens is that the animation is janky. The voice, the facial animations are very stiff. The fighting animations, the combat, the running, there's some like stiffness to it. You could see with her running right now. Like we've done this so many times in Uncharted. They're trying to get that kind of action scene from Uncharted, but it just doesn't. It's not really getting there. You can see it right there. And the 30 frames per second. Now I'm playing this on PC. I'm getting it around. I've been playing with about 40 frames per second. So on PC, you could get those frame rates. I do think that both Gotham and this one, were as you were typing as far as about the smell-o-vision, but like I would say, like a 60 patch would be nice on here, but these 30, the console stuff, and I hear PC dudes and all this other shit like going, well, that's what you get on console. They love this. That's a power trip for them. The fact that a console game doesn't get 60 frames, that's kind of. I'm showing the Halo rat here actually. We found the Halo rats. Here we go. There's some Halo rats. We found them. We found some Halo rats down there. We did. Grind's Foundry found them.
Is it true that they got like I know the developers were talking about they wanted like 300,000 rats on the screen or something like that?
There's a lot of rats, but some of the rats in the distance in photo mode are the Halo models. Oh. The other Halo rats. Please be sure to put the Halo rats. Rat right there. There we go. Halo rats in the chat. Just looks at this dude. If this is on the Switch, it's just a black tar. The Switch. Oh my god! Check out the stream. It was pretty entertaining. It was fun. It was definitely fun playing and talking to everybody about the game. But yeah, it's like this tons of rats and you use the light and stuff like that. Like, but again, you did a lot of this in the first game, so I'm kind of like this is kind of par for the course right now. Like, where's the new stuff? And like. Just
they didn't have any innovation with forward compatibility.
Oh damn! Pause. Forward compatibility. Not like I feel that it should. There's no forward compatibility, but I do feel that it looks great, and like this is the expectation of what the graphics should look like when we're in this next generation. I feel like we've gotten the short end of the stick when it comes to games that look next gen, games that even feel next gen. It's been far and few between, and fortunately, it's been mostly the Sony games that have been kind of delivering that, the first party games, which you would expect. But I feel like it's still long in the tooth for some of these third parties. As she gets eaten by the rats. For these third parties, like kind of like, this is a great looking game. Like we need more of this. How did Asobi Studios do this, and we're getting like EA looking like trash, and Ubisoft, like everybody else looking like trash, and Assassin's Creed Valhalla looking like ass. You know what I mean? And it's like this game, it's on PC, it's on like what's going on? And I feel like I don't know what's going on, but I do think that there should be an option for frame rate stuff. And I didn't put it as a topic tonight because we talked about it last week. But this whole frame rate thing. I think, the precedent was set by the console manufacturers that there should be some options in this generation. That was the precedent that was set. And they should at least ensure that developers give the user this option, because that's the kind of the promise of what this generation was going to be. They did say that there was going to be, these frame rates and stuff. Now, you can demand that they have it, but they should have an option. They should have an option. And I can't see why these don't have performance options on them. And I know they're going to get them, and they're going to get them with a price drop. And that's kind of like the relaunch of these games. That's what they're going to do. They're going to get it out there, get people buying it up, and then they'll get a second wave of people when they drop the price and come out with a performance patch. And everybody either will jump back into it or they'll make some sales back on it. That's usually the way it's going to go, because that's the way this industry has been going. Just get the game out and we'll fix it later. And,
I think it was you, or maybe even Brap, on Brap's podcast. People that were saying that the devs were lazy, and I think maybe it was either you or somebody that kind of defended them.
I said it's prioritization. I didn't say it's like lazy, but I think it's prioritization for them.
It was you that defended. You were like, that's really kind of, I don't know. It's a shitty thing to say when you sit there and say however many 50, 100 devs.
He was saying that. Yeah. He was like making excuses for like, they don't have the resources or stuff like that. And I'm like, we don't know that. It's more of a priority with this frame rate shit that, they don't find the prioritization with it right now. And, maybe it is resourcing, maybe what it is, but I'm sorry. The thing is that this is what, like, it should not be acceptable from the console manufacturers. They should be like, you should at least have an option in there. Now, again, I said before, and I said a bunch of times, even on Mooches and Salties, like, I'm not going to play a game because it's not 60 frames, unless like, it's broken, unless the game has bad frame rate, I'm not going to play it. But I'm not 60 frames a die. I do think though, there should be an option for 60 frames, because that's what the marketing told us. That's what they marketed these consoles to be, that they are, or they will have the flexibility. That's what they conditioned us to do with the Pros and the X, the One X. Like, they started putting performance modes in games. So when games don't have them, it became the expectation. So when games don't have a performance mode or have the options, that's a question. It's like, well, wait a second. All these games have performance modes. Like, that's kind of what we've been getting since the second launch of consoles. That was the Pro. It was performance mode.
And I think the expectation also is that you made this like a next gen only game, along with a $70 price point, right? And so there are certain expectations that you go with it. Like, I know that when Sony charges us for $70 for a game, you're going to have different options. You're going to have, the game's going to be polished. The game's not going to be jittery or stuttery, or there's a certain type of quality. And so I think people's expectations, when Last of Us 2 Remake came out, right? That's with their performance options. There wasn't no juddering or stuttering or shaky, or, what I'm saying?
Yes, you expect the best quality from first party. Yeah.
Right. And so to go along with that price point, and to go along with it being...
It's $60 this game.
Right.
PlayStation's $60. It's not no $30 game.
Right. And Gotham's what,
70?
So it's like, right. So there's certain expectations that go along with that price point. And so I guess that's what had a lot of people up in arms about it.
Yeah.
I haven't played either one of them just because they're just not my type. Like, I got burned by the what's your favorite saying about the Avengers? The
bootleg Avengers, the stunt doubles.
So
goddamn stunt double Avengers.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna pass on this, and now I probably will get the Suicide Squad by Rockstar, or Rocksteady, or whatever it's called. But
Rocksteady.
I don't know. Yeah, Rocksteady or
Rocksteady. Rocksteady. But yeah, like, it just, that's the thing. The precedent is, and Impatient said it, like, the expectation is that there should be these modes in there. It's like similar to a game where it will get hurt, like Battletoads. It didn't have online co-op, and you're like, this is like a 4-person like Basham game. Why doesn't this have online co-op? Like, there are games where you're just like, this would be great with online. Why doesn't it have online? Like, it should. Like, think about if you release a first-person shooter and you're just like, and it has some competitive elements, and you're like, wait, it doesn't have online, or it has split screen, but not on. Like, there are certain expectations, and it could hurt the uptake of the game in there. And I don't know, but like, I just think that it would have been nice to have a performance mode in this game, especially with the janky. The animations are not that great, so like, it definitely has that indie type feel with the animations. And but it does have the visuals. Like, it looks good for screenshots, and things like that. Like even some of the textures of the wall, like the lighting here, remind me of some of Demon Souls, like when that launched on the PS5, like that kind of that crazy texture of the walls. And I just think that they really upped that game there, but they really should have provide that option. And
it felt. I mean, it's kind of akin to. I mean, I don't mean to kick a dead horse, but just like with Halo, right?
Yeah.
The biggest thing that community says is, well, it's on Game Pass. I got it, and so because it's on Game Pass, it should be a shitty game. But then you had the nerve to charge for the campaign. It's like, and that game came released with bare minimum. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh yeah.
when you assign a price tag to something like that, you really have to have your shit together. I mean,
I know, and that's but it's also going to be this this also what you can get away with, as we know with every kind of generation or like increases in games. Everybody tries to say like, just look what happened with the last generation. Like indie games that were $10 and $5 all of a sudden wound up being $20 and $25. Meanwhile, a $10 Xbox Live Arcade game was like, whoa, 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 whoa. Wait, $10 for an Xbox Live Arcade game? What do you mean $10? And then, and then all of a sudden now we came into the new gen, and I remember they had Twisted Pixel, like had that stupid ass motorcycle game at launch. What was it? Twisted Pixel. That was like one of their studios, and that game came out. It was like $39.99. I'm like, whoa. They were making $10 games on arcade, Xbox Live Arcade. I forgot the hell the name of that game, but like they made the like those crazy like side scrolling games, and then they made this 3D motorcycle game, and it was horrible, and it was like one of the worst launch games for them, and it was like $30. I'm like, who said indies now are $30? And we see this now. Like this would have been, like I can't see this game being no $10, but all of a sudden the price changed. So they're gonna try to get away with what they're gonna do. So they're gonna see pricing these games and see where the uptake is. But hopefully the outcry and the uproar from the frame rate stuff, devs will take note of that and go, hey, that's not a good PR move to not have a performance mode. So that's something we can look forward to, is hopefully in the future the devs see that may be something on the Twitter social media thing, that may be something that not to do go against their game, and maybe we'll make sure that there's something like that. And there's always ways to optimize it better. Like look at Horizon, like they added stuff to it to make it even better, but it was fully functional in the beginning. But they did have some of that sheen stuff in their performance mode that they fixed in an update. But at least you have the option there for those that prefer frame rate, and then just tweak it, if that's how they want to roll.
Well, what I find funny is like you get some of those critics that are always talking about, like, let's say God of War that has like the checkerboard rendering, right? And they're like, oh, checkerboard rendering's not true 4K. But I'm thinking like, if that's checkerboard, if that's checkerboard rendering, then give me more of that, because that shit looks amazing. And, especially if I can run it at 60, and now we're hearing rumors of 120 frames per second. Like, give me more of that then. If that's what these games are going to look like, then come on. I mean, I don't know. And maybe it's just me.
No, like why? Look at what NVIDIA's doing with their graphics cards. Like it's all DLSS 3.0, and actually this game has it. That their DLSS NVIDIA, like they're kind of ways of manipulating the game to get more performance out of it, not going native raw. Full resolutions with shit. They're basically going like they're basically having ways like, in the distance it's rendered a little bit less resolution, but closer to more resolution. And, we're going to do checkerboard on certain items and stuff. Everybody's trying to find ways to get performance out of it, which is pretty interesting, because remember the battle of like, it's not native, it has to be native. And now all of a sudden everybody's finding all these little ins and outs to get performance out of stuff. I thought more power comes like we just go straight up native.
Well, that's another thing, is like, when VR was first, brought into the picture, and of course Xbox had it first, and everybody, that was one of their talking points, that it was so great. And me and Sick Humor, shout out, he was just like, that's kind of a crutch. If that's
it is a crutch for screen tear, for bad frame rate.
Yeah, if that's what you need to smooth your frame rates out, then but we're giving it.
Well, you're not smoothing your frame rate. It's like what you're doing is you're hiding the frame fluctuations with the VRR. Like if you're going from 40 to 30 or 60 to 20, you're gonna feel it. It's gonna slow down. You just won't get all that screen tearing or that kind of the judder that you would get with the VRR because it's a variable refresh rate. So the screen is not locked at like 60 and your frame rate is up and down and all over the place. And not only are you feeling the judder and you're feeling the frame rate, you're also getting artifacting. You're getting like the screen tearing and all that other stuff that comes along with that. All that does is that it removes that screen tearing and judder, but you're still getting the frame rate drop. So if your game is not holding a steady frame rate, VRR is a crutch for that because it won't create the screen tearing and the horrible visual that you get with that kind of fluctuation if you're not using the monitor. But then you got to pay for a VRR monitor and the game that supports it. So it's nice to have, but it really is, if you're just running a solid 60, a VRR doesn't matter. Like you're fine. But if you're running like games that are kind of up and down all over the place, then the refresh rate will be beneficial. And also what we've been seeing too is that in these high refresh like frame rate modes, they're basically, and we see it in God of War, I think it's going to be like 40 frames. So it's like kind of, there's some sort of mathematics with it where it will appear to be running faster than, it'll be like really smoother running at 120 hertz a mode from that. But, I just, again, options. Everybody has their options. You want performance, you want fidelity. They did it. The best they did was Insomniac with their ray tracing. I was just playing Spider-Man before. Ray tracing performance mode, absolutely insane. Fidelity mode looked great, but then you feel the slog. And especially, I think also the way the game is like this, I would find that the 30 frames in Spider-Man, because he moves slower than Miles Morales, felt a lot more slower than it was, where the animation more of Miles is much more agile, that I felt like the 30 wasn't as impactful, just going back between the two of them. But that ray tracing performance mode is absolutely great. I love it. There's a little bit of graphical fidelity there, and there's this performance. And I think that's where they just know what the hell's going on. And that's the kind of optimization you expect from a first-party game and running on a first-party hardware. And that's the stuff that you really need to see coming out of Xbox with this optimization from their first party, and not like what Halo was, where it was a crapshoot. It was all over the goddamn place, and no ray tracing, nothing like that. That's the expectation you get from first party, because you're not going to get indies doing that stuff, and you're not going to get third party because they got too many platforms to optimize for that. They might not put in all the options in there because they got all these other systems. That's where first party comes in and demonstrates the capabilities of the machine. And Sony's been doing a good job with that. But this game looks really good. I'm playing it on PC because, the option to get that. Plus, I like to use my PC once in a while for some gaming. And, I'm not touching Scorn, I'll tell you that, with a 10-foot alien dick. Well, I'm not touching that game. That looks like a waste of time. But yeah, that's I would say definitely check it out. I would say $60 for no performance mode, no options. I think there's a little much. I say wait for sale. And the Grindhouse will I'll give it a slow clap. A slow clap review. A slow clap. Not bad. Not bad. A little dramatic. A little if you like those kind of games, sneaking around, give it a slow clap.
Combo Smurf said Pentiment ought to be 8K, 120 frames per
Holy Pentiment, you should be able to speed run that game with the frame rate. You go whoop, right through it. There you go. Right through Pentiment. That's how fast Pentiment should be running right there. So next, and we're not going to talk too much of it because I've been keeping my eyes closed with this stuff. The God of War Ragnarok, John Tar. What did Brian E say? Brian E said something. Let me try something again. Oh, he's talking about something else. John, the God of War. So the previews have been out. Overall, favorable previews. You have your people that want attention. So a couple of people out there like Gene Park and some other people saying that it's not the true sequel. And we knew this. I think we said this already. I think we said this already. Tenchu's being nasty. I think we said this already. Like the problem with
you just made the list.
Oh damn! What is that? The CMA list? What was that? Tex-Mex Morty grinder for 13 months. Thank you, Tex-Mex Morty. VPIP grinder. Scorn hype post-launch didn't even last half a week before they moved on to Persona and Plague's Tale. True. Exactly, because Scorn is that's a true review of the Scorn. I didn't have to play it. I tell you what it is. Scorn is ass. It's Matt Booty's ass, and actually it has a theme song too. That is, this is when Scorn came out. It was like, wait a second. It had a theme song. If you didn't get it, this is in the DLC. This is the Ultimate Edition of Scorn. It comes with this. I got it here. I was able to extract it from the files of Scorn, and I got the DLC right here for Scorn. It's a really catchy tune. I'll play for everybody. Excellent song. I saved you guys from buying the DLC. Wonderful booty song for Scorn. The thoughts were my twist. That is a real song for the Scorn movie, but I added some of the thoughts and the flushes. But anyway, talking about quality. We're talking about quality. Herman Holtz is like, are you quality? Are you quality? Uh-oh, Herman Holtz. We're talking about quality. Talking about quality God of War. So we said this before with God of War. And this is going to be actually announced tomorrow. They're going to have an in-depth review. Not in-depth review, but a little PlayStation in tune BTS video will show the realm of Alfheim and go into the combat and the enemies. You know how Sony does this stuff. Like, you know how they do. They're going to break this down because there's so much to talk about in this game. There's so much to do. The previews have been out. It's quality stuff. It's game of the year already. People are talking about it for the first 4 or 5 hours. And you know what's coming. Ragnarok is coming. And this is what Sony does. They break down the games. They'll talk about, they did this with Horizon, broke down the tribes, the combat, the environments, where you're gonna go, the how you're gonna get there, all the improvements, all the things. This is what they do, and this is where I don't see this. Like, where is this breakdown and discussion and for Starfield? If it's so huge, so big, so exploratory, where is the details of what we're doing with gameplay? Not just Todd Howard sitting there a talking head. Like, show us in the game of what we're going to do. And that's what they're going to do with God of War. And that's what Sony does. That's what they got better than anybody. Like, they know how to market their games and really make their games seem bigger than what they are. And God of War is that. And I'm not reading the previews. I'm not going to show the previews, but the previews have been good. And they're saying in the first few hours, you could tell that this is like this is a better game. And then there's some people going, well, it's a sequel to what it is. And we got this. We knew this was going to happen. We knew that people were going to be like, hey, it's just more God of War. Okay, nothing really to see here. And those are going to be the haters. Those are the people that just cannot acknowledge that this company can release these type of quality games, multiple ones. They can't fathom it because nobody else is doing it.
Yeah, it's just the hate train, and once again, those media bias. I'm sure Survivor will come out and
Stevia, goddamn 2 creams, 2 sugars for booty.
It's comical, man. So I just, like I said, I blocked myself out from all of it, and I don't want to hear none of it. Don't want to see none of it until it comes out. So I'm just
exactly. I don't want to see. Yeah, I don't want to see any extra. No. And they said also too to confirm that this is an EP pre-launch, so there will be nothing shown from our team that constitutes any story spoiler. That said, there will be gameplay clips that have not been shown yet. So if you would like to avoid anything now before launch, please keep that in mind. So I'm not watching it. I want to see all the stuff that you can do. I want to do it. Enough. I've been like, enough is enough for this year. I think we've been it's been a kind of a down year with a lot of delays. Early on, it was great. Sony carrying the whole goddamn gaming industry, and then Elden Ring to follow that up. That's about it. Like, what else has this year brought us right now? And now we got, Call of Duty, God of War, and Callisto Protocol to round it out. And everything else has been kind of a dud outside of the first party offerings. And, maybe there's some indies here and there, like the Turtles was great. But like, again, the big stuff, like for next gen, 2 years in, like, nothing really. So I want to be super surprised with this. I'm not going in knowing like, oh, this is what the menus look like. These are the abilities. This is what he can do. Wow, look at these crazy kill animations. I want to play it. And it's so close. So like enough isn't. That's right. Enough is enough. Like these reviewers, there's going to be spoilers. They did this with The Last of Us crap. Hopefully I block it on Twitter, but I just want to play it. I just want to play a great quality game, and there's not a lot. That's the thing. There's not a lot, and I don't think I'm asking for much because I think, like we should be there, and all I hear is just race to the bottom, get more content, we'll fix it later, we're sorry, we heard you. And I'm like, well, just release a goddamn game. A game that just has no excuses, just game. I don't know why it's so hard for so many.
I've never seen a whole community, that just will not ask for anything better. So I mean, and you know what? At this point, 2 years into it, almost like just don't care. Like if you guys are okay with mediocre,
they don't care. Yeah.
Then so be it. So be it.
Exactly. That's right. Who are you? Everybody, hit that like button. It's free. We got over 200 people in here. Grinders. Oh man, we got over 220. Holy crap! I didn't even see that other number. Hit that like button, Grinders. We're gonna go into the nitty gritty. But yeah, hit that like button for the hype for God of War, because Ragnarok is coming. It's coming. Okay, and I'm just gonna lay it out like this because we can go right into the sales. Right? Said it here first when Xbox had a tip shown in Japan. Oh, look, we sold the 440 more Xboxes than PlayStations. Xbox is coming back. Oh, we're back. Yeah. Because you couldn't find PlayStation sales. But guess what? PlayStation's being in stocks. And let's listen here. Ragnarok is coming. No bullshit right now. I'm going to tell you right now. There is a Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 PlayStation. Then there's a God of War, not bundles, I mean. Then there's a God of War PlayStation coming out with the bundle there. Do you know where, like, PlayStation has dominated now in MPD for a second month over the Switch? Listen, these games are coming out. These games are going to move consoles. And on top of that, think about it. If you getting your PlayStation now, you get a God of War. You go get a Horizon Forbidden West on sale. You have GT. You have Miles Morales if you didn't buy it already, and you waited for next generation. You got Ratchet and Clank and Returnal. Returnal now with co-op. And then you get all those other indie games such as Kena, Stray, and Sifu, and all that. Those are just to mention that. Final Fantasy Remake, the Yuffie edition. You get the Ghost of Tsushima, the Iki Island. Like, think about the stuff that you're going to get that you have available to you with getting a PlayStation now. Like, it's not just the God of War that's coming out. They got now, and what is it? Demon's Souls? Like, you got so many games coming out for this thing, and that's just what's now. That has come out already and done well. No, we're not selling you a box of like Power Your Dreams and then you just like go on Twitter to see what I should be talking about. You see that stuff when you boot up that console and you go to the store and you see that stuff. These games that Microsoft announced, you don't have store ads on their ass because they don't even know what these games are. They've been talking about them for 4 years. But it's coming.
Xbox holiday, you get a Twitter handle too.
Exactly. Yeah, you get a Twitter handle and an ambassador pin. But it's insane. Like, the thing is that it's so crazy, the dichotomy between these two companies, and the fact that Sony now gets the stock it is gonna blow. It is gonna. This is the year, and you listen to it here. This is the year that they spread out even further, and then they got the PSVR 2 coming, possibly early next year. Like, yes, you're gonna buy this stuff. Like, the stuff is there, but just the options, the evolution, the excitement for gaming, all lies with the PlayStation. Like, that's where it is. It's nowhere else. It's nowhere else. Like, right now, that's where it is. Dead Man Walking. That's right, G Legend. There's and to be real, like, I think this is the year that you're gonna see just the sales just go beyond 2-1, and Xbox is gonna go even further behind. I said this so many times in the show, and people laugh and they put it in the chat. Xbox was on borrowed time. They needed to hit the. Don't you remember when the Xbox One released? And you know what? I think we need some numbers in the background to just emphasize some of the stuff. These Aaron Greenberg retweeted VG charts, so we're allowed to use them. But listen, Xbox. Remember when the Xbox One was the Series console was launching, and Twitter was like, "This is it. They got to hit hard. They got Halo. They got the Xbox launching with it. This is the generation they've been waiting, saving up." 2018 was nothing. 2019 was nothing because they were saving it for next generation. They were saving all these games for next generation. And then Halo gets delayed. And the Xbox launches with a bunch of just okie dokie crap with nothing. And Xbox is like, this is do or die for Xbox. This is do or die. What? That they missed the boat, everybody. They missed the whole entire launch of the Series consoles. How can Microsoft compete? Let us compete, right? Let us compete. Stuttering Statia, get in here.
And so everything that we're doing with our content, with our our cloud.
Exactly. Words of a confident man right there. This is what I don't get. I don't get it. You were on borrowed time, dude. All your shit got delayed. All your stuff got delayed. And now, you couldn't even get a game out worth the damn. You couldn't even get Halo to be relevant again. Maybe one night only, like a one-night stand Halo was when you rode on that 20-year anniversary. But you were on borrowed time. You had a hit. You had to come out swinging with games, with your brand new console. Instead, you just sat back, had Stuttering Satya talking out his ass, Phil Spencer talking about roasting marshmallows on the cloud, wasting his time in Japan, showing out some friggin' G-Spot cloud and to Hideo Kojima that said, go sit in the corner. Wasting time buying Activision $70 billion with $7 billion for Bethesda. Meanwhile, Sony gets the 2 exclusive games of the last 2 years. Sony didn't have to spend $7 billion to get those 2 games. They didn't even bring games to the platform. They sat and waited and promised and hoped and dreamed, gave you an Xbox refrigerator. Hell, they even had time to remaster the fucking thing and give you a new, smaller, better one this year.
And they got mad about The Last of Us 2 remake.
And you get mad. Meanwhile, they remastered your refrigerator. That's what they did. You got a refrigerator remastered. Smaller, slimmer, colder.
And I'm telling you right now, like, the play was, I think they knew, Microsoft knew the writing on the wall. And so that's why they introduced the S. And when they saw that there were S's sitting on shelves and the Bethesda acquisition didn't have the impact that they were hoping. And you know, we talk about, you know, Microsoft on borrowed time. I'm telling you, the Activision Blizzard deal is their Hail Mary. It is their Hail Mary.
Dude, that's all they got. Here's your, this is what you got for 2022. The Xbox mini fridge remastered. And it's at Walmart this time. Aaron Greenberg said Target was too expensive for the other refrigerator. We got to go to Walmart because that's where our quality customers are. We got to go even lower. Target, no. Target, no. We're going to Walmart with our remastered one because guess what? This one is cheaper than the Target one. This one's $79. That's for our Walmart customers. We're gonna give the bootleg version, the mini fridge remastered to Walmart because the other one was a Target exclusive. Now we're gonna do a Walmart exclusive. This is what it is. This is the Xbox Mini-Me refrigerator. They got 2 refrigerators out before Halo got co-op and Forge. What? Who? Like, listen.
They got about 37 different controllers.
When could Xbox, like, they had to learn how to make consoles. When the fuck did they go to school to make refrigerators? That they came out with 2 refrigerators. 2!
He got 2! He got 2!
2 refrigerators. And the reason why they got a refrigerator is because they beat Skittles in the Twitter voting.
It's getting late. Got a parade to go to. And I've yet to see a sign of the supposed Turboman doll.
That's what they're doing. Like, seriously. What the fuck? Like, what are we doing here? They remastered the refrigerator.
Mass produces stupid. If Game Pass don't work out,
they're gonna Phil's gonna be like his next interview in January is gonna be like, you know what? I said that Sony wasn't our competition. It really was Amazon and Google. I'm changing that right now. Our real competition, Whirlpool. It's a Whirlpool and Frigidaire. Those fuckers have been dominating the market for so long. Everybody has a Whirlpool refrigerator and a Frigidaire and a GE and LG. We're coming for you. And then it's like Microsoft on next year they're gonna be buying Frigidaire. They're gonna be like, let us compete. There are too many refrigerators in the market right now. We suck at making refrigerators. We only made 2. Let us compete. Let us compete. Satya, get on there. Tell them how we need to compete.
And so everything that we're doing with our content, with our our cloud.
Listen to the man. He knows what he's talking about. Let us compete, Frigidaire. We're going after GE. When did Microsoft know how to make refrigerators? Before they know how to make goddamn games. They're buying out Whirlpool. That's it next year. $100 billion. You know what? I think it's time to chill out. And we need to get this refrigerator out there. I think it'll get us in more homes. Now, not only when you are playing games on the cloud, but now we'll be in your kitchen as well. We've been trying to get into the kitchen for all these years right now. Aaron Greenberg, fat bastard, wants to get in there. And he said the only way to get into people's refrigerators is their kitchens is to get the refrigerators out there. This is just a start. Just think of a big Xbox refrigerator. It's going to be absolutely incredible. The Xbox refrigerators, they're going to be insane. It'll be a way for us to let us compete. We're coming after you, Raymond Flanagan. We're coming after you. We're going after furniture stores and appliance centers worldwide. We're on a mission to dominate. Game Pass is everywhere. xCloud is on everything. We need more appliances to put our xCloud on. So we're getting into the business of refrigerators. Let us compete.
And so everything that we're doing with our content, with our our cloud and
CB3 with the 5. He goes, Jez, you think Microsoft and Xbox is in their feelings right now? Wait till next year. Final Fantasy 16 Factions, Final Fantasy 2 Remake, and what's the SM2? Spider-Man 2 are gonna be whining. Dude, do you listen? Enough of the refrigerator talk. Phil Spencer, they suck ass. Let them do their refrigerators. But listen, in all realistic, thank you for the super chat, CB3. But listen, if you think Ragnarok is coming this year, oh hell damn, you better get ready because Spider-Man 2 is going to blow the fucking roof. The roof off of everything. It is going to be criminal. Let us compete. They're going to say, this is what they're going to say. Where is it? Right now. I'm going to tell you, let them compete. Oh my goodness, they're going to be like this. Do I even have it? They're going to be like this. Microsoft's going to be like, guys, we make an Xbox. Next year, they're going to be like this.
Who are you? Who are you?
They make its Xbox. Remember me, Satya Phil?
Who are you?
No, we make games. Let us compete. We bought Activision, right?
Who are you?
That's how irrelevant they're going to be. They're on borrowed time. You think Ragnarok this year is the jab. Spider-Man's the kick in the nuts, and then Wolverine's the knockout punch.
Who are you?
And that's all before you get to see a little flower of goddamn Fable. And bootleg Perfect Dark made by the Avenger Studios, stunt doubles. It's over. It's over. And it's just a shame that they let this thing die the way it did and wasted time buying stupid ass shit while games are the most important thing to stay relevant. Nobody's going to care about them. Nobody's going to care about PlayFab, Azure Cloud. Nobody gives a shit. They don't even give a shit about cloud. They said it themselves. Imagine somebody telling you, yeah, I got this great product and this is, oh my God, really? Yeah, it's a great product. And then they come out and they go, yeah, it's in its infancy. It's yet to be proven. We don't know how great it's going to be, but, give us a chance. Are you going to give that person your money?
Who are you?
You're going to get your ass out of here. It's a bloodbath. They're on borrowed time. Final Fantasy and Spider-Man, that is what we know. And I'm going to tell you this. Not only are they going to have Spider-Man, but they're going to have 2 goddamn crazy-ass movies. Part 1, Miles Morales, and Part 2, Into the Spider-Verse. Part 1 and 2, right smack dab either side of Spider-Man 2.
Jez, what about forward compatibility?
Who are you?
Yes, I would like to have a refund.
It's, dude, it's lights out. They're gonna have to go buy the moon next year to stay relevant. They could buy all they want. And then what's crazy is you talk about the $70 billion deal. Writing letters to Santa. $70 billion goddamn dollars. To maybe get Call of Duty in Game Pass 4 years from now. That's what I said. None of this is immediate. None of this happens tomorrow. All this stuff, even the Bethesda stuff. Guys, they acquired Bethesda last year. After a year before that of circle jerking about it. And meanwhile, while they were doing all this, sitting around circle jerking about it, Sony was the one getting 2 exclusive games that finally one came out this last month. And you saw the hype for it. Came and went. Well, because the game is a year old. Came and went. They hyped the shit out of that game last year because it was on the Publisher of the Year awards. They play it. Came and went. Because that was old news. Who wants old news? Is Game Pass old news? Borrowed time. That's why people are like, oh, calm down. Give them time. They need a what to come out perfect. You mean give 6 years so Halo comes out perfect? Give it time? They don't have time. This shit's been going on since 2018. Before that, 2017. This has been going on. They had no time. And now they're done. They're not even in overtime. There's no coming back. That Jez Corden bullshit bootleg Jez going, oh yeah, if they don't buy Activision, they're going to go back to the 360 era. Oh, goddamn bootleg Jez. See, I'm like, what?
Okay.
Holy Spirit.
They're going back to the 360 era?
Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Activate.
Oh, they're in trouble now. They're in trouble now. If they don't buy Activision, they're going to buy somebody else. I got a clip for you guys. Stay tuned. Hit that like button. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Just wait. Just wait. God of War is going to blow the roof off the place. Spider-Man is going... you're done. Spider-Man 2. If that comes out next year.
Prepare ship for light speed. No, light speed is too slow. Light speed too slow? Yes, we're gonna have to go right to ludicrous speed. Ludicrous speed? Sir, we've never gone that fast before. I don't know if the ship can take us. What's the matter, Colonel Sanders? Chicken?
Look at these sales here. Coming back to this year, because we'll talk about this year. We got plenty of time to talk about next year's lineup. And they're going to be, oh, we got Starfield. And yeah, Spider-Man 2, please. Like I said before, Starfield's problem is that it's a Todd Howard game. It's not a Fallout. It's not Elder Scrolls. It's not an iteration of a known franchise. It is a brand new IP from a Todd Howard who has a bad track record to Fallout 76. So he's not coming off of a star-studded game right now. And he's not doing a great job of really PRing this game because Starfield is not looking too hot right now. As you could tell, that the hype died down as soon as they showed the game, which kind of the opposite of what you would think, right? You show the game, the hype builds up, right? Instead, they showed Starfield and nobody talks about it anymore. Instead, they're like, Ni no Kuni in Game Pass. Yakuza in Game Pass. I can't wait. Persona 5. Really? Okay. Starfield is just a thing. And all of a sudden, was a Redfall became a title. Just because it got delayed with Starfield, it's not on the same par as Starfield. So good luck to that one. But look at this. And another thing I wanted to point out too is look at the PS4 sales in the US. PS4, $11.26 for the week, right? And Xbox is at $89. It's NA in Japan, Xbox One. But look at these total sales of a PS4. It's still holding in there. It's 1,600. I didn't even know that they were still around. And Xbox One's at 137. Like, Xbox is just weak in Japan, as always. They're decent here in Europe. And here in the US, it's kind of the only one where they're about 10,000 or so short of Sony. But guess what? This is with no games that PS5 has right now. When God of War comes out, the holiday, this is all right. I'm going to put something out here. We're talking about sales, right? What I'm going to ask you, Ghost, and then I think I have my answer here. What do you think? Xbox says first. We're going to get the quote from Satya. Let us compete.
And so everything that we're doing with our content, with our our cloud, and
let us compete, he says. Ghost, what can Microsoft do this holiday with no games to compete with PlayStation?
Well, give me 1 second. I'm gonna pull it up real quick. Forward compatibility.
Oh, damn.
Share play. Fast start from standby. Nah, man, real talk.
Like, seriously, like, what are they going to do? Because don't you remember, and I've been bringing this up, last year at this time, it was like, don't buy a PlayStation. They have no holiday lineup. Sony got no games this holiday. Sony has no games. Don't you remember? It was Sony has no games last year.
Yep.
This time in October, because there happened to be Forza and Halo, which were both delayed from the previous year, but they were coming out, and Sony did not have a holiday lineup. And I remember the Tim Dogs and all the people on the Kappas on the Twitter going like, you know what? It's all about the holidays. You could do whatever you want throughout the rest of the year, but October, November, December, that's where all the consoles are sold. That's the real battleground. It's the holidays. And Microsoft's mantra was that. Microsoft always had a lineup for the holidays. It was a holiday lineup. That was E3. What happened? That was the most important months. They got nothing now. Nothing. How can they compete?
And you know, the thing is, like, all the games that you know are in production or whatever from Xbox. I mean, those are games that we knew about or that they were advertised or marketed, you know, launch or pre-Xbox, you know, Series X show. They're like, there's nothing other than Avowed, Avenged, Avowed, Perfect Dark, Fable, Starfield, Redfall, That's all they have. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like, we've gotten, we're going to get God of Ragnarok. We've gotten the Forspoken, the Callisto Protocol. Well, it's not Callisto Protocol, but that's a third-party game. But you have
no, I'm talking about what lineup, because that was the thing. Microsoft had
a
lineup.
I'm agreeing with you 100%. But as far as what they have for the holiday season, I mean, there's nothing. And I remember last year, all that media outlets and all the Twitter fanboys and everybody. Apparently, there's only 2 months in the year that matter. And so, what's the excuse? And why don't you hear about the media? Why don't you hear from the media saying those same things they said about PlayStation, about Xbox? And there in itself is where you get the bias.
You want to see something funny? Yeah, you want to see bias? Watch this. Games Radar, right? Video game releases for the PS5 stuff. Watch what happens. You click on the Xbox, you click on PS5, and it goes, all the new PS5 games for 2022 and beyond. And here you go. All right, Gotham Knights, says multiplats in there, but there's some right? God of War, like this. Dark Picture, all right. Just see the title, right? Now we're going to click on Xbox One games. Upcoming Xbox One games for 22 beyond. All the top upcoming games for Xbox to get excited for over the next few years.
Years.
PlayStation, it says, upcoming PS5 games lineup from God of War Ragnarok to Final Fantasy Rebirth. But when you look on the Xbox One, it's like all the top games to get excited about for the next few years. They listed Overwatch. Let's look at 2022. You got Overwatch, Tales of Borderlands, Modern Warfare, Sonic, Pentiment. There it is. That's it. Came and went. Callisto Protocol, Warzone 2, High on Life, Final Fantasy VII, Crisis Core Reunion, and that's it. We're done. There you go. They got nothing, and that's coming off a year. And what's crazy is that last year, is it worth it to buy a PS5? That's after they gave you Returnal and Ratchet and Clank, and they acted like those did not exist because it's all about the holidays. Microsoft has nothing this holiday. They got an indie passion project with Pentiment. Don't even have a Forza. They got nothing. How do they compete? You want to know what I think they're going to do? And I think we've already seen some of it. Because I just want to say, I just want to just do this one more, just for impact. Where it was. PS5, no holiday games, right? Is it worth it to buy a PlayStation? Oh, here they are. Here it is. The PlayStation 5 has no first-party holiday games. Doesn't even matter. These are the articles that we see. We see more of them. Let's see. Where is it? All over Twitter. No holiday games. You want to know what Xbox is going to do this holiday to compete? Because they got nothing.
Give me your refrigerator.
Well, they got that.
Refrigerator Pro Edition.
I'm going to tell you right now what they're going to do. Here it is. We already seen it. This is what they're going to do. Nobody guessed it. First, I want to see the chat. Grinders, we got over 230 people here. Tell me in the chat, what are they going to do to compete? They got no games this holiday. No games, nothing. What are they going to do? Let's see if somebody gets it. Let's see if somebody says, what are they going to do? And hint, it's already kind of out there. Nobody's talking about it because they don't want to. Let's see. You can take a guess, girls, if you're willing to shoot it. It's not a forward compatibility. I'll tell you that.
I don't know.
You don't know. Okay. Got some background music on the key. That's not that. Let's see. There it is, Nick. Nick got it. More nail polish, people said. Right hit pieces. $100 price drop. Offer to buy the CMA. Mobile gaming. Nick got it, man. He's been paying attention to Grindhouse. There it is. Black Friday deals. They're bottoming out that Series S. That's what they're doing. $250 from Woot. I'm telling you right now, this thing is going to be on sale. $250 Black Friday. It's going to probably be everywhere. They're dropping that S to $50 cheaper. They're bottoming out this thing. Because you want to know why? Because they're going to come out with another console next year. That's why. This is the plan. They're getting the Series S $50. I'm telling you that they're going to bottom out. You're going to see some crazy bundles with the S. They're going to use this thing as a way to just bottom out gaming and get this thing out there. That's how they compete. That's how they're going to try to do. They're going to bring out Booster. They're going to say Turbo Man sold out, but you're going to get Booster. And we're already seeing it. Series X's and they're in stock here and there, but the Series S is everywhere. They're piled up. Well, guess what? Stores want them out. Stores want these things out. They're making houses out of them. Nobody's buying the friggin' S. Or Microsoft is giving them so many that they're not buying them fast enough. Booster Part 2 is coming out. Booster Sidekick. But they're going to bottom out this thing. This is what you're going to get for the holidays. Xbox competing to try to stay relevant in these sale numbers. To try to even stay up there because you know the breakdown here. And I think we even have it here. I thought I had the sales, the breakdown in Japan. It's like 2-to-1, X to S.
Damn, Jez, I just put an Xbox Series X in my cart from Best Buy just now.
There you go.
I just put it in there.
An X?
Yeah, an X.
Yeah. But the S is all over the place. You can just go and grab them. They were in the front of the store, my Best Buy. You just go grab them. They're like 5 of them right in the front of the store on a table. They're going to push it because they want it out of their store inventory. Buy one, get one. Give it to your sister. Give it to your son.
And if you call the next 10 minutes.
Call the next 10 minutes. We'll throw in a Game Pass. Woo! Like, there you go. Boost it with facial hair. Boost it junior. And dude, that's what's going to do. They're going to bottom out that S. Exactly. 12 teraflops. Up, no cap. That's right. Bottom it out. That's how they try to stay relevant this holiday so they could stay with the numbers. But who knows? Maybe they want to look like shit and look like that. They've been saying how bad they are. Maybe they want to just demonstrate how bad they are. And maybe they're like, hey, no games this year. Let's look really bad so we look desperate. And maybe they'll swing the Activision deal. But what's crazy is the amount of stuff that they talked about the X and the power and stuff like that. They announced the X first. See? Somebody wrote, Nick wrote right here. He saw early Black Friday leak at $239. Yeah, dude, that's what they're going to do. This is the John Tar edition, the booster edition. That's how they compete. They got no games. They're going to just drop the console to get it to sell because nobody's going to buy the console. There's no games for it. They got zero games. They're going to depend on some third-party stuff, and that's it. No holiday games. Meanwhile, last year, everybody made a big deal that the holiday is the most important time of the season. I guess it's not important now. I don't see those articles this year because Xbox doesn't have a lineup. So, there you go. And Ragnarok is coming because I don't know how they're going to stay relevant with Call of Duty. The PlayStation's selling it right now without Call of Duty and God of War coming out. Bundles. And now they're stocked up, man. PS5 is going to be the hot holiday item as it's been. And Booster will be, give it to your the 2-year-old. Have them shit on it. Wipe their ass with it because that's what that's going to be like the den box. Toolman says Target has the Series S with Modern Warfare bundle at $300. I'm telling you, they're gonna bundle it. That they are not. I don't think they're gonna do anything with the X. I think it's all gonna be S. And actually, if you look at the top, and this is what brought it to my attention, was like I was looking at the Target ad, and for the you know how they give that the holiday book for the kids to like start looking at all the toys and stuff, and in there is the Series S and a PS5. The X is not in there. How strange is that? How crazy is that they got the S in there, but they don't have the X, and they got the PS5 and they got the Xbox Series S. What are they doing with the X? Like, are they not pushing it? Are they not trying to? I don't know. So strange. Dollar bill Phil, man. Bottom dollar gaming. Speaking of something that's a bottom dollar, this Halo video, man. I tell you. Where was it? This Halo video that came out. Where was it? Basically, somebody. I think. Wait, what the hell is it? Remembering Halo. Where is it? Got tons of views though. From Crobat. Croby Cat, right? Just show you some just parts of it. But this is the craziest part. And I encourage everybody to go watch it. I'll probably put the link in here. But this last few minutes and just watching these clowns, and they've took some clips.
Let's go.
Of what actually I put in a lot of my videos, like a lot of the clips.
We made the really tough decision to delay shipping Campaign Co-op for launch, and we also made the tough call to delay shipping Forge past launch as well.
And as developers, when you work on a game,
he's gone.
You want to get that game out.
He was the day one guns guy.
Like, for us, that's the finish line.
Circle jerk. Who's this, everybody? Look who it is, Paris. Game Pass is great. There he is.
But in reality, it's going to be the starting line.
None of us inside.
That guy left on day one. The guy talking about starting lines. He left.
Of 343, look at this roadmap and are happy with it.
2 seasons a year doesn't cut it. It's just not going to cut it. That's not what our players deserve. It's not what they expect. It's not what our team wants to do. It's not what I want to do.
There's just been a lot of introspective time to really reflect on, like, what have we done as 343? Where have we made mistakes? Where have we hit it right? And then what does Halo mean to all of us? And then also I would just say, don't sweat the mistakes, because I would say that every failure point has probably been an opportunity versus really a failure.
So desperate. Just sad. That don't sound like an exciting game. It sounds like, we're sorry. All this stuff. We're sorry. All this. And then when you see what this was, when they talked to Bungie, and then here he goes.
His mind right now. Well, fellas, November the 9th, the launch of Halo 2 will also mark one of the biggest video game launches in history.
And it goes on from that. I encourage everybody to go watch the video. But it just shows how Halo has devolved. And what grinds me up, what grinds my gears about this stuff is that you go to Twitter and these dudes is telling you that Halo's fine. Halo's great. It's back. Halo's back. And you watch this. You watch this stuff. Look, like people in the chat room doing all crazy stuff.
You can get close to somebody in
like,
a game and
just the troll, the fun stuff. And they could never do it. Instead, they just took out, oh, Halo's better, Halo's better. They just couldn't do it. Dude, this was it. This is what we do all night, man. It's fun as hell. And then had Halo 3. Yeah, I'm Cecil G4.
Safe Film and Forge, I think, represent the coolest features that we
Is
have
that
in
dude?
Halo
He's
3.
still there. That's the
This is
guy's
stuff that we're just gonna
apologizing.
Keep people playing for years on end, make 1 billion hours, get logged on Xbox Live.
It's I can't. It gets me so pissed. I'll put the link in the description there. It gets me so pissed at what they did to Halo. And if that's when you see something with a history like that, and some of you may not even care that much about Halo, but watching those video clips and stuff, I'm like, holy crap, that was my growing up, man. That's what I did. You know, that was it. And it's like somebody took your memories and shit on them. That's what they did. This regime, this Stutter and Satya, this Phil Spencer, these clowns. And Phil was there, which makes it even worse. These clowns took this franchise and drove it into the ground that it became a joke. Who would sit there, watch the Halo 2 launch, Halo 3 launch, and sit here and think something like Craig, an international joke, would be something out of a Halo game? Who? You would be dead to rights if you said, guess what, guys? In 20, in like, 10 years from now, Halo's going to be a joke. It's going to be a comedy show. It is going to be something that people laugh at. It's going to be a disgrace. It is going to fall from grace. They're going to turn it into seasons. They don't even know what the hell to do what they're doing with the game. Know what they're doing with it. That's what they did to this franchise that people lining up for hours, days of gaming. And this is what they did. And Ryan, I would even say with Gears, they didn't even evolve Gears. They played it safe for 4. 5, they decided to spin it to Kate's story. And you have a little bit better cinematics. But 4 was safe as hell. And 5's multiplayer was safe. Their multiplayers were safe. They were boring. They were same. They didn't do anything. They tried to turn it into some sort of season service type bullshit, but they didn't evolve Gears into what it should be. If you look at the evolution of Gears 1, 2, and 3 under Cliffy B and look at how Gears evolved campaign-wise and multiplayer-wise, and then look at what 4 and 5 did, they were decent games, but like they were nothing of the evolution of what we're coming to expect. And they couldn't even keep the esports alive for Gears. That's how much attention it got. They don't respect their IP. They don't. And Halo is evidence. And I said this I said this for years, guys. And I know a lot of you guys follow me for a long time. I said this once they announced this whole Game Fast venture and this whole thing with Halo. And I said, they can't ruin Halo. And I said, if they ruin Halo, Halo's going to be the fallout of this whole stupid thing. And I knew based off of the crap that Phil was talking about, Satya doesn't know shit about gaming. They don't care about the console. They don't care. I knew that Halo was going to be a victim. And then we saw what Crackdown 3 did. You think they did that game any favors? That franchise? They drove that into the ground with some cloud as a joke for destruction. Yeah, boy knows where I'm going with that. They suck. And they let this happen. Phil, dirty ass booty. Satya let this happen. They did a hands-off, ass-first approach. No crunch. Let them do whatever they want to do. Get contractors in here. Oh my God, what are we going to do? We don't know. And acted like it was their first go-around. And that's what they did. And Halo now It's not going to come. They're going to put Forge in the winter thing in another week, but you can't even play on the map. So what you're going to see is a bunch of maps that people are taking pictures of, put them on Twitter, but you can't play them. You can't play them until they put the browser in March. So it's another 6 months before you even could touch those maps. They're going to have Forge tools. You're going to have people show, wow, look at this map. Look at this remake. Look what I did because 343 couldn't do it. Look what I did. And that's what's going to happen. And you can't play it because the browser is not until the March update. So you can't even go try out the maps. Horrible. But I encourage everybody to watch that video. But pretty much, if you hear watching the Grindhouse, it's all the videos that I've shown and talked about when they came out. It's just that history at the end about what, you know, what that how Halo was. It gave me like chills on that, and it's just it ticks me off to know that this company took all those memories and stuff and just shit on them. And I can't create new memories with my kids, and nobody wants to play fucking Halo. Like I can't. He's a Halo. Like he's not even, because it's garbage. I'm not interested in it because they devolved it. Story campaign to go through with my soul. You can't even do that. It's done. And that's remembering, pull one out for the Halos. But sitting here and watch that, you think Activision, Call of Duty, Crash, Bethesda games, you think all these are in good hands right now? They're not. Now, you know what's coming, grinders. In memorandum of Halo, we got the uptick. The next topic. Get your 3 C's ready. You know what's coming. And this is going to be... It might get messy. It might get messy. People don't care about Halo. They're giving me all the things. It might get messy. Get the grinders back in here. We're talking about letters to the CMA. So, the CMA right here decided to go on and say, guys, tell us how you feel about this Activision Blizzard deal. As we turn into phase 2 of the boss fight, we're going to go to phase 2 here. And we're ready to hear what you got to say about that. The signal went out. The song kicked on.
Oh, and second us too. New games are coming fast. 12 minutes and 80s. And they're all on Game Pass. Somerville, a Plague Tale Requiem. What to play first and what to play last. Star Match 2, Ground, True and Doom. 'Cause they're all on Game Pass. Among Us, the Ascent, and more.
Oh, yeah. The song went out. The ears perked up. And they said, Dear CMA, we got something to talk to you about. The letters came out. Now, we will highlight a few of the letters that I've seen. Where's my thing here? Ghost, did you see these letters? Hey, what's up, Link? How you doing? He came on. He heard that CMA talk. He heard the call.
I saw like 1 or 2 of them. One from Super Clown Show, MLD, and another one. But yeah, let's hear it.
Let's see if I have it here. Where is it? Dude, these letters. Where is it? Oh, did he delete it? Wait, no. Here's a letter from the one that you're referring to. Letter Exhibit A. The two Utes. Here it is. Here's the letter. Let's see if you're convinced. I'm going to read it to you. I'm going to read it to you in the one and only voice that I think they all talk about.
Oh, yeah. Feel this. I'm going to read this to you to the CMA because I have the soothing sounds and voice of that will definitely drop the pants of anybody over at that CMA. This is one of my disciples right here. I signed his ass right above that crack. Said high velocity architecture. Yeah. So, I'm writing as an avid. I'm reading his voice. I'm writing as an avid gamer. I would like to consider to allow the Xbox acquisition to go through. Firstly, more games coming to Game Pass will benefit many gamers, especially in these global economic times. Such value would encourage PlayStation to adapt and compete with their own value propositions. Secondly, PlayStation has largely been dominant player in gaming since their inception, and their brand name coupled with first-party, third-party will allow them to withstand anything Xbox and Nintendo do themselves.
I can't read this in Phil Ness' voice. I can't. Phil Ness, you're fired. This is absolutely ridiculous. The acquisition will allow for more level playing field. As of now, PlayStation has been able to raise console price.
Hold on.
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh, no.
Holy
Oh,
Spirit,
no. Oh, no.
activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Activate. Activate.
In conclusion, Xbox getting Activision Blizzard won't make Xbox the dominant player in consoles, but will allow them to be more evenly matched with the market leader. And while Xbox will grow in PC and mobile, Xbox will still be a minor player in each. This is what I gotta say to you, you fucking idiot. Why do you fucking care if it's not gonna make them any better? Why would you write this letter if the conclusion is they're not gonna be any better if they buy them? They still won't dominate. Like, they won't do anything. Then why do you care? Why do you care, clown? Why do you care? If it doesn't make the brand better, if it's not going to make them able to be evenly matched, then why do you care, you dumbass clown? Why are you even wasting your time typing this up if it's not going to make them better? What's wrong with you?
But I hope you leave enough room for my fist because I'm going to ram it into your stomach and break your goddamn spine! Oh! This is not worth it. I'm not a pervert.
That's what they say at Activision every goddamn day. This is sad. And it's a sad person anyways. The General Mild, whatever the hell his stupid name is, that Cap and Halo clown who came back out of the woodworks, thought anybody gave a shit about him. Thank you for your time. The clown. What is the point of this shit? This is what I don't understand. They're trying to, this is a sickness. Persona was saying it earlier. This is stupid shit. Okay? This is dumb. Why would you do this? Like if it doesn't make them better, why would you want it to happen? Like, are you trying to dupe the CMA? Oh, you know what? We'll pretend that the Xbox sucks, but I know they're the best. They're great right now, but we're going to pretend that they suck. Then when the deal goes through, then we'll be like, we don't. Like, how do you come from this? And then next year when the deal goes through, are you going to be on Twitter going, we dominate Sony. We got everything. We got Call of Duty. You got nothing. We got you. We're world powers now. We own Activision. We're the biggest company ever. How do you go from this to that? How do you go from that? How do you go from a year of saying we suck to after the deal goes through going, we're the best in gaming? Because that's what's going to happen. You know that. That's what's going to happen. Like, you know, all of a sudden, this deal goes through, like, the next thing is going to be like, when the deal goes through, all the people saying how they suck are going to be like, we got Activision now. We own Call of Duty. Sony, what are you going to do now? Ha ha. How are you going to compete with us now? Yeah.
I hope this is not true.
No, Arnold, it is goddamn true. The same clowns going like, well, we're not going to be any bigger if we buy Activision. The same assholes are going to try to rub it in everybody's face next year, and people will be like, who gives a shit? This is sad. This is stupid. Everybody capping for this deal is dumb. It's so dumb because you're not getting any new games. You're not getting anything. You're getting the same goddamn game that's coming out in 1 week that none of you are talking about because you're worrying about Activision Blizzard. That's what you're worried about. These economic times. If that's a problem, then why are you even fucking talking about a console? That should be the last thing that you're buying.
You have me right. Conmen, thieves, degenerates, lowlifes, thugs, criminals.
Economic times are struggle, then why are you capping for a console? That's the last thing you should be buying. You should be putting food on the table, bitch. Stop crying to the CMA. Instead, you should be writing letters to fucking Phil Spencer saying, where are the games, fool? These are the letters that you should be writing. Hey, Phil, you told me about Everwild in 2019. What's going on with that? Signed. Grinds my gears. Those are the letters. Not this. Stupid. And I love how you're all playing the victim in these letters. Oh, we're so weak. Because the tone right before Microsoft, and this is how you know it's a sickness. It's not about the games. It's not about, and Phil Spencer says right here.
Games to our platform. Because in the end, I think the gamers play the games.
Of course they do.
They don't play the studios.
That
they
is
don't
true.
play the resolution numbers, right? They play the games, and we want to make sure the best games are there.
But if you're...
Games
to our platform. Because in the end, I think the gamers play the games.
Of course they do.
They don't play the studios.
Well, you're wrong, Phil. They play the studios. They play the resolution. They play anything but the games. And where are they, by the way? That's the problem.
Turn 10 and how we started Forza. And they've turned into a great racing studio that does an amazing job. And I know it takes a little bit longer, and maybe people like the quick, hey, why don't you just go buy this studio and bring them in? And we're completely open to that. Microsoft has the money. I have the green light, so to speak, in your terms.
He got the green light. He got the green light. So you stating them being weak, it's all just coming because that's the position that Microsoft's coming from, and you don't know anything else. You're a drone. You're a clown. You're a fool. And you just try to get recognition without even playing goddamn games. It's not about the games anymore. And this whole CMA thing is proof that it's not about the games to them anymore. That's how come we could have that sad story about Halo. We could see Halo in the shitter, and they don't care. And if you do care, you're a pony. Oh, you just hate Xbox. That's why. No, you don't care about Xbox. You only give a shit about yourself and about your goddamn Twitter profile. That's all you care about. Because that's the only relevance you got, is the stupid shit you say on Twitter. Meanwhile, this whole thing's a hypocrisy. Oh, Xbox is awesome. They're the best. They're the best in gaming. We're coming back. Halo's back. Now the whole year, you're like, we suck. We're the last. We don't have any games. We're always going to be last. We suck. They said we suck, so I agree we suck. You were out there getting Phil Spencer to sign your ass crack just a few months ago. You're getting that from somebody who sucks? Somebody who's in last place? That tramp stamp that you got on your lower back, it's not worth anything because it's signed by the goddamn rookie leagues. You go to a baseball game and say, who's the player that sucks on this field? That's the autograph that I want. Who does that? Because that's basically what you did at FanFest. You just went over there and got sucked by goddamn Booty and Phil, the last place patrol, and celebrated with them last place, wearing jerseys, hugging them. Thanks for saving my family bullshit. They're the losers. They told you so. Who celebrates with last place? Who? Who celebrates with the loser and act like you're winners? That's a sickness. And the fact that you're coming out and admitting that they're losers, that they're last, that they suck. The fact that you're doing that shows that you're a bigger hypocrite than anybody. They're admitting that they suck. You were capping for them and now go, yeah, they suck. Who are you? I got his own goddamn line right here.
Who are you? Who are you? Who are you?
This is a VIP grinder for 1 year.
Who are you? Who are you? Who are you?
Shout out to Jez. Shout out to the grinders. Never stop asking those questions. Holy Spirit, activate. Goddamn, we see this thing?
Hold on.
You got it.
Okay. Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh, no.
Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Activate. Activate.
There you go. This is what Xbox is doing for Christmas right here. They're all writing their letters to the CMA, sending them off to Santa Claus. There you go. There's your holiday list. I call it the grown-ass man Christmas list. That's what you got. And I'm going to make a song about that. You're going to get ready for that one. It's coming. Grown-ass man Christmas list. Let me write to the CMA. Kids are writing to Santa Claus. You guys are writing to the CMA. Please. This is my grown-ass man Xbox sad Christmas list. Grown-ass man Christmas list. There's a bunch of grown-ass man writing letters. Goddamn carrier pigeons. Ridiculousness. Now that was a petty one. Let me preface this next one. This I was shocked by. I was surprised. And they put a disclaimer on it. But the Iron Lords wrote on their website an open letter to the CMA, lordsofgaming.net.
Hold on.
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh, no.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Not like this, dude.
Holy Spirit, activate.
They're cool dudes.
Activate. Activate.
They have different opinions and all that stuff. They're cool dudes. They didn't write this stuff. There's somebody on their website wrote this, but it was posted to their website. And here it is. And they made sure they put that disclaimer that it's all on him. It's all on this dude. So we're gonna talk about him. Then we're gonna just say some of the things in here. Disclaimer: views expressed is solely of this dude, this author, not me, not Lord Cognito, not David. So those guys clear themselves of this thing because I would that's good, smart move. But I was surprised that they wrote this on that they had this on this thing, and apparently it was written by Steve Perry, the singer. You should have been gone after all those words of steel. I don't know. I guess he's a singer. I don't know. Steve Perry also writes articles to the CMA. I didn't know that. I thought he sang Oh Sherry. But anyway. And he was the lead singer of what? Journey? But I guess he's retired now and he's writing letters to the CMA, Steve Perry. So yeah. First things first, this area right here, the impact on console platforms. Okay. This statement right here. Let's zoom in. Grind's Foundry here. Because this is where it dropped. Like, this is where it makes no sense, right? Absent the merger, every customer who desires to play games such as Call of Duty or the upcoming Diablo 4 would need to purchase them at full price. After the merger's consummation, that option would remain available for every customer, but customers who owned an Xbox, a capable PC, or the capability of accessing cloud gaming will also have the option of playing the title through more inexpensive subscription.
Hold on.
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh, no.
Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Activate. Activate.
Every consumer who wants to play games like Diablo or Call of Duty will need to purchase them at full price. Full price games? Boo! 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 Oh no, we don't. Boo! Imagine buying a game. Like, you got to buy groceries, you got to buy cars, you got to buy stuff. Oh, well, what? I got to buy it? You mean I don't just get it? Oh, no, you got to buy. So this whole deal is about, let us get games that we love, but we don't want to buy them. Make that make sense, Grinders. Make that make sense. Link, make that make sense. Games that you would love to play, like Diablo 4 and Call of Duty. I want to play these games, but I don't want to buy them. That's why we need this. I don't want to buy the games that I want to play. How's that make sense? You want to play, where you drive by an Outback Steakhouse and go, I really want to eat in there, but I gotta order and pay for the steak. Exactly, Mr. Tennis. Do you see what's happening with subscriptions? YouTube Premium just went up $5. 22 Premium Family went from 17 to 22. Apple Music just went up $2 in every case and increased their Apple One subscription. You saw that, right? Everybody's jacking up their subscriptions. An inexpensive subscription. And let me ask you as a gamer, with that mentality, I want to not buy the games that I want to play. Do you think that developers will be willing to make games that people are not buying? What do you think the quality, what do you think the output would be to you knowing that you are not buying the game, but you want to subscribe to the game? What do you think? That's right, no cap. It all went up. Exactly. That family plan jacked up $8. Tell me. What do you think? You think they're just going to give you the games that you're getting right now? The games that you got 5 years ago, you're just going to get those great, amazing games, knowing that you just don't want to buy them and you're going to get them through a subscription. Tell me what you think you're going to get. Because you're an idiot if you think that you're going to get the same type of game. And we just talked about the death of Halo. That shit got nuded like a son of a bitch. Exactly, Dog Zone. Halo, exactly. Free to play. It's in the campaigns in the service. It's all bullshit. You think Microsoft would do a holiday with no games if they had a subscription? The reason why you're getting no games is because they're getting your money through the subscription, dude. They don't need to sell a holiday game. They don't need a holiday lineup because they got your money. That's why they could launch the Xbox in 2020 with no games. And then in 2017, again with no games and Lucky's Tales because they got the subscriptions to fill the back end. So the content you're getting is slowed down and stopped because of the subscription model. So what do you think you're going to get when the mentality is People who desire to play games need to purchase them at full price. No, they don't have to buy them at full price. Why? These games don't go on sale? These games, you can't trade in games and get the games for reduced price? You can't buy them used? Why they need to be made at full price? If you're not that interested in the game, you would wait for it to drop on sale. And actually, they drop faster than ever. You don't need to buy them at full price. That's if you want to play it on day one. And if you really want to play it on day one, then buying the game shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, sales never happen. Trade-ins never happen. All those Xbox points for going and browse the internet and getting all that compensated points. I got a PlayStation card where I get points. There's ways of getting around and getting the games that you want. Trade-ins, used games, borrowing games. If you really want to save some money. They don't need to be in a subscription model and adjusted and acclimated to that subscription model that's going to sucker you out of money, that's going to split the campaign up, give you seasons. That manipulates the design of the game. We don't want that. Give me the same game and I'll figure out a way to get it. I know. That's pony terms, Ryan. The word sale. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. And I'm going to hear 250 people. Get your ears real close to this, because I'm going to tell you right now. You don't hear this on any other goddamn podcast. You hear it right here on the Grindhouse. Right here. Hold. If you have a physical console, no matter what it is, hold. In another week or two, guaranteed, Target is going to do their buy two, get one for free sale every year. They do it like right near Thanksgiving, right near Halloween. Sorry, right after Halloween, like the first week in November, Target's going to do the buy two, get one for free sale. You hear it here. I said it last year. They did it. They do it every year. So hold off on those physical copies if you want to save money. Sales. Woo. Fearmonger. You heard it here first, Ryan. There's 250 people. Hit that like button. Wait. Call. You'll get 2 for 1 at Target in the U.S. Can't speak for the rest of the world. But Target will do their 2 for 1 sale. It'll be the first or second week of November, but they do it every year. That's where you stack up on those games. You hear it here. No other podcast will tell you that stuff, because no other podcast gives a shit about their chat room and their grinders. I care about you guys. You guys are good people. I tell you the good stuff. Everybody cares about themselves and their bullshit and their articles to Santa Claus. But those are sales. Boo-haw.
That's true. What up, Jazz?
What's up, Link? Yeah, you are?
Yeah, I just got off work, man.
Dude, you hear this? Like, and then, wait. And then what's crazy here is that, wait a second. And this goes back to this whole Xbox, a capable PC, and cloud gaming. Listen, what I think is hilarious, if this is true, this sentence, why wouldn't Activision, Rockstar, all of them just do it? Why does Microsoft need to own the company entirely for that to happen? They could easily put this game on Xbox, PC, which they do already. So I don't know how Xbox is going to help them with that, because the Call of Duty already is on Xbox. It's on a capable PC, and they even have the mobile game natively. And if they chose to, they could put it on the cloud. They don't need to be purchased by Microsoft in order for this to happen. If it was such a great deal, why isn't everybody doing it? You want to know why? Because it's not a great deal and nobody wants to do it. That's why Microsoft is buying publishers. All these publishers have free choice to decide how their games get distributed. If this game was already there, Microsoft is not going to help these people do that. And guess what? If they found that the subscription was somewhat of a benefit, like Plague's Tale, like Back for Ass, like Outer Worlds or Outer Wilds, whatever the other Outriders, if they thought that that was a good deal, they would have done it already. Why do they need to be purchased in order for this to be a promising decision, right?
Right. Why aren't these publishers putting all their games in this service?
They have the choice. It's there.
Right. Why is developers like Callisto Protocol, not Callisto, I can't, Striking Distance, whatever the name of the studio is saying, nah, our game don't fit that model. They said it's a single player game and we don't think it'd be a good idea to put it over there.
Yeah, right? Like the choice is there for them to do this. So all publishers have a choice on how they want their game to go out. Why does Microsoft need to buy them in order for this to be a reality? It is a reality. They're just choosing not to do it. And there's a reason why. Because for them, it possibly is not financially feasible for them to do it. And that's a problem that Microsoft needs to fix. But they're not. Instead, they're going, you know what? We're just going to buy you, and now your problem solved. That sounds very hostile. That don't sound very collaborative. And then on top of that, the second point completely overruns the first point. Because this approach would lead to a wider adoption of the Xbox console, tightening the current gap between Microsoft and Sony's market share. Hold the phone. You just said the merger will allow Call of Duty and games to be budget, so you don't have to buy them, and they could be on Xbox, PC, and cloud on anywhere with an inexpensive subscription. Then how is the second point it's going to sell more consoles? You just listed 4 or 5 places that I could play the game. Why would that move console sales and make the gap tighter between Xbox and PlayStation?
Oh, and Psychonauts 2. New games are coming fast. 12 minutes and 80s. And they're all on Game Pass. Somerville, a Plague Requiem. What to play first and what to play last. Skylash 2, Ground, True and Doom. They're all on Game Pass. Among Us, the Ascent.
What's up, Salty? Yeah, like you just said about making this accessible to more people, but then it's going to drive console sales. No, dude, it's not. And guess what? I'm going to tell you something that it's going to be a shock. And I figured you say this all the time. Microsoft don't give a shit about selling consoles anymore. They don't care. So this second thing, a wider adoption of the Xbox platform, that's what you want. That's what you think might happen. That's what you're hoping for, right. The 360 days. That's what you think is going to happen. You think that everybody's going to go buy consoles. You just listed, but the whole point of the deal is to make it available in more places, which it's already there. And if it's not moving consoles now, it's not going to move them. The only way that it does that is if they make it exclusive, which is the whole point that Sony is crying about, which I think is hilarious that people said that Sony cried Jim Ryan for one day, and goddamn Xbox people have been crying for the last 2 weeks. Pretty, it said, in the search for W's, all they get are L's. But, and then it goes on to like how Sony is so dominant. And then this is the other point that I want to make here. The reason why it will make them more popular, the console platform, is because one of the ways is that Sony's current market lead, they have the ability to secure full or timed exclusives from third party. Due to commanding market lead over the past 9 years, Sony is capable of securing favorable conditions for these deals, and Microsoft cannot.
Shit. Users that want to buy. So.
Dude, get the bullseye ready. Dead to rights right here. This guy is saying this. Steve Perry, you better stick to singing, like somebody said. That's not the way it works, because if you are an And actually, here he is right here. That's not the Steve Perry I thought, but the guy who wrote the article is right here. And in his description, he says, wait a second, what a unbiased party here. Steve is a lifelong Xbox and PC gamer from Cleveland. I would adjust that if I'm writing a letter to the CMA. That seems a little biased, don't you think? Yeah. Oops. Should have adjusted that before you wrote your biased article to the CMA. Should have thrown that you're a gamer of all platforms, because now it sounds a little a thing. But anyway, if you are a lifelong Xbox gamer, then this may not be a surprise to you, but it sounds like it, because guess what? You don't come to the Grindhouse and get away with that kind of shit. Yeah. To convince a third-party partner to enter an exclusive agreement, Sony must offer the partner more money than would expect to lose by not releasing on Xbox. Or by releasing an Xbox a year or more later, Microsoft, of course, would have to do the same. So he's saying that these deals, Microsoft cannot do it. They got the money. They got the green light. Here you go. Let's see. Lifelong gamer, right? Oh, oops. You said Microsoft can't do it. They're not going to buy third-party exclusives that Sony can do it, but Microsoft can't because they're so weak. Did you forget? Phil Spencer, Gloria Spencer? Paying for third-party exclusive titles isn't our long-term strategy, says Phil. You're a lifelong Xbox fan. You don't remember this. You don't remember that Phil said, quote, my strategy is more around our own first-party franchises and investing in franchises that we own. I want to have a strong third-party relations, but paying for many third-party exclusives isn't our long-term strategy. So is it that they won't or Microsoft can't? Oops. Oops.
One of the things I really love about being here is the families that are here. And we see parents with the family.
Phil goes on to say, quote, it's great to have Tomb Raider as part of our lineup, but investing in first party, you'll see more of that at Gamescom next week. It's really core to our strategy. 7 years ago. Lifelong Xbox fan, supposedly. That's why this is all dumb. This perception that Sony can do it. Poor Sony. I hear their show. Microsoft money. Bling, bling. Right? That's all it's all about. Microsoft money. Bling, bling, bling. Sony's poor. Sony's poor. Microsoft money. Big money. Big money. Sony's poor. They can't handle. They can't walk in the dog park with Microsoft because Sony got no money. Sony's poor. Microsoft money. Right? But the install base allows them to do it. And Sony is capable of securing favorable conditions on these deals, and Microsoft cannot. But we forget that Phil said, I'm not doing this shit anymore. I'm not buying third party because that's not our strategy. And he stopped after Tomb Raider, getting the big third party deals. He stopped. And that's when I had a problem. But 7 years ago, fearmongerer, pony. Well, I'm still here. And this shit's true. It's not Microsoft can't do it. They don't want to do it. And I say it here all the time. Sony did not have to buy Square Enix to get those games, Final Fantasy. Sony did not have to buy Bethesda to get Ghostwire and Deathloop. Sony didn't have to buy them.
They didn't. Nope. They didn't have to buy Square to get Final Fantasy VII Remake or Forspoken.
Nope.
Or this new
Forspoken.
game they have. Koei Tecmo game. What's it called?
The Nier Automata, Neo.
No, the Samurai game.
Neo.
No, new game.
Well, that too. And Neo.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't have to buy that because Sony's in the business of selling consoles. They want to get deals to sell their consoles. Microsoft is done selling consoles. That's why they stopped doing this deal. They could have got deals. Hell, you want to talk about it? If you say Microsoft cannot do it, how did Microsoft do it with Titanfall? How did they do it with Rise of the Tomb Raider? How did they do it with Days Gone? Rise. And then what is it, the other game? The zombie game from Capcom, nonetheless. Like Microsoft was doing this.
I think it was Dead Rising?
Dead Rising, that's what it was.
Yeah.
And then you go here. And it's only viable because Sony's at 150 million consoles and Xbox is at 60 and 70 million. Dude. How many millions did the Xbox have when they were getting when they got Halo? Like the thing is like when they got a GTA. Remember GTA DLC? Oh, they got GTA DLC. Oh, well, GTA was associated with PlayStation. How'd they get Final Fantasy? The thing is, Microsoft was doing this stuff. And how'd they get Sunset Overdrive? They're so bad. They stopped doing it because it wasn't part of the Game Pass strategy. It wasn't part of this thing. That was the problem. That was the reason why Xbox abandoned their core audience, because they stopped doing the stuff they used to do. And he said it right here. And look at this. He has an interview from the Toy Bowl.
A strong console gaming company with Xbox, and we are Windows, allows us.
Oh, then Phil Spencer interview Snuff Film. Oh, what the hell this is?
To help create a more consistent platform for the players, regardless of which device they're playing on right now. The more and more games you see doing things like cross-buy, cross-play, allowing people to play across multiple platforms. We announced one of our games, Killer Instinct, fighting game, coming to Windows, allowing people to buy once and play from both, play across platforms. We'll be talking more about that next week at Gamescom as well. We think the opportunity to embrace gamers on both Windows and console with Xbox Live is a good part of our strategy. So technically, you own
what is this?
The rights to a title ID on the 360. That is your that's Xbox One, because he would want to take his 6 and make all of the game. I don't
He's
think
in love
it's a
with
controller everybody will buy. I think it's only for the most elite gamers who really want every ounce of performance out of the controller. But the response has been very, very strong. So maybe we underestimated the demand. We'll see. Yeah. No cheat. No cheat. No drop shot. No. It's not.
So Phil 的观点就是说你要拿你真水平出来，不能够用那个自动联发。
They got Phil hostage.
No, our control. We want the Elite controller to be.
I'll give the Elite controller. What's this one?
It will be there for launch. For launch of the controller. It will be there. And on for our gamers in Xbox gamers in China. Yeah, we need to do better with our simplified Chinese on worldwide SKUs, worldwide games, and we will.
We will do better.
Forza 6 not a lot of words, but Forza Motorsport 6 will have.
This is the real Phil Spencer
thing. As part of the worldwide version, and I think the strategy that we have taken in VR is to partner with the companies that are making
VR
long-term strategic investments and making Windows a great platform for VR. We've announced our partnership with Oculus around the controller. We are working with both Oculus and Valve to make sure Windows 10 is a great platform for their VR technology. So I've been in the game industry for a very long time, and I love the fact that new technology like VR can be incubated in our industry. I think about artificial intelligence, AI, about high-end rendering. I think about 3D. I think there have been so many technologies where gaming has been at the center of the innovation, and I think VR will be another one.
Uh-huh. Right. Right.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Dude. And there he goes. I'm not buying third-party games. I'm a Lifetime Achievement Award winner, bitch. But wait. Grindhouse, there's more. We got 260 people here. Hit that friggin' like button. Who gives you the Phil Backroom interviews? Yakuza got him. They were asking about VR, and he finessed his way back to the United States. But wait. This is Phil Spencer when they were asking about Tomb Raider. When people want me to say, tell us when it's coming to all platforms, my job is not to talk about games I don't own. I have certain relationships with the versions of Tomb Raider. I don't owe them building Tomb Raider on other platforms. I can't talk about franchises that way. I can talk about the deal that I have. Yes, the deal has a duration. I didn't buy it. I don't own the franchise, he said. Quote, can you tell us how long the duration is, Phil? He says, quote, no. It's not because I'm trying to be a head fake on anybody. It's the deal between us and the partner. People ask me, how much do we pay? There's certain things I can't talk about. And then, the humdinger of all. So there you go. This whole CMA letter thing is foolish. Now again, dude on Lords, they wrote themselves. This is Steve Perry. This is on Steve Perry, the singer, who wrote the article about this thing. But this open letter to the CMA, people writing the letters need to stop because the hypocrisy is ridiculous. And the thing is that I've said this so many times. Microsoft chose not to bring you games. The letters that you should be writing are to them. Microsoft needs to hear from you. You need to say, you want to sell me another console. You want to continue selling me a service, then I need the games to support that. And the problem is that you're not putting the pressure on them to deliver content to you. And because of that, you're not getting content. Just look at your 2022 lineup. You should be writing letters to Phil Glorious Maximus Spencer saying, Phil, you guys came out for 15 minutes talking about games coming to Game Pass over the... Where's the updates? What's going on? Nobody's writing letters to Phil. They're cheering him on, celebrating. Celebrating no games. No holiday lineup for a third time. Happened in 2017 with the One X. Happened in Series X at the launch, and that's happening now in 2020. Seems to be every 3 years. We get a 2017 nothing, 2020 nothing, and 2022 nothing. This is what you're getting because you're not putting pressure on Microsoft to deliver you games. You're accepting that. The letters should be to them, not to the CMA. If you guys have time to write a huge letter to the CMA saying why the deal will put games everywhere, which the games are already on everywhere. It's not that Call of Duty is this little game that needs the help of Microsoft to be on every platform. Call of Duty is doing fine. It is on every platform. Why would they need to do it? If they think Game Pass is great, then they would put it there, but they're not. That's the question you need to ask. That's the question. Why are they not putting it on Game Pass if it's there? And you want to know why they're getting the scrutiny and stuff. You want to hear something? Here's some from the horse's mouth themselves. Xbox is beautiful. Power on Xbox story. Listen to this, grinders. Hit that friggin' like button and watch. Listen to this.
Steve Ballmer shows up and says, Rick's going to go do this business exploration. I want you to help sort of.
This is the origin of the Xbox. We already took a clip of this before, but just listen to this. What Bill Gates said.
Supervise and support him.
Steve Ballmer tells me Xbox is my new job and is very convincing about it. Having been in hardware all of my career at Microsoft, I need to understand how this is going to be a good business for us.
Do you ever want to make hardware?
If you want to be a great software company, you have to be only a software company. You can't dabble in other things.
The idea.
You hear me, right? Conmen, thieves, degenerates, lowlifes, thugs, criminals!
Bill Gates said, if you want to be a software company, all you do is software. You can't dabble. Ooh, did you hear that word dabble? I heard that word dabble. That seems like what they do. They dabble. They dabble in different things. But they're a primary software company.
Of building a game console.
Now hear this. This is how they decided on building a game console. They had no idea how to make one, right?
Privilege of maybe.
So, listen to this. I got you.
But we're panicking, like we have to figure out how to build the hardware.
Okay, we had no idea what we were doing. None. Like, couldn't have been less qualified to build a console.
Everything about making a console is hard, including taking an upfront loss on the hardware. Sony, Sega, Nintendo, they design their own hardware, they manufacture it themselves, and they sell it at a loss and make a profit on games. And that's how the business model works. So for Microsoft, that is an insane business to get into.
Our P&L said we were going to lose $2 billion for the privilege of maybe later on, somewhere way down the road, we'll make money. And once you started it, with all the commitments that you make trying to convince the game developers to make Xbox games, you can't really stop it.
A P&L said that we're going to lose $2 billion. Oh, really? Richest company in the world. They are concerned about losing money? I bet you goddamn ass they're concerned about losing money.
What have you done? What madness has claimed you?
We made the point to Steve Ballmer to say, if you guys start this thing, don't come back 6 months from now and say it hurts too much.
Any new console hoping to have even a chance of success needed to win over a group of notoriously tough critics, game developers. And getting past those gatekeepers would require Microsoft to make a flawless debut at the world's largest game developer conference, GDC.
Games sell consoles, and so in order to sell consoles, we had to win the hearts and minds of the developers.
The only place I think we could have ever announced Xbox was GDC.
The next GDC would take place in March of 2000, so the Xbox team had only 11 months to design and deliver a functioning prototype.
Time is running out for Microsoft to get on the board. If they didn't announce by GDC 2000, they were going to be ceding too much of the playing field to Sony. They had to do it.
And there was still one massive problem to solve.
They didn't have an Xbox.
Who was going to build the console hardware? The plan had never been for Microsoft to do it alone.
They've been pushing for this console, this idea. And their plan was that they were not going to build this console alone. So what are they going to do? Their plan is to make Game Pass. they're not going to do it all by themselves, right? They need somebody.
The only way that we could actually get Xbox made properly was to go to the people that were really good at building hardware.
Rick was trying like hell to find somebody to partner with us. People had expertise that he knew we didn't have.
Companies like Dell and Compaq and NEC and Toshiba. We start these meetings, and most of the guys would look at me and go, "Who are you? And should I believe you or not?" And I'm like, no, really, we're going to do this.
And the OEMs all, laughed in his face. Like, we understand enough about the console business to know that all the money is made on the software. And you're coming to us and asking us just to make the hardware while you make the software. We're not that dumb.
Rick's point of view was, we have no chance of doing this ourselves. And so then the question became, how do we partner with Nintendo? Or maybe we should partner with Sega.
Sega seemed like a natural choice because of Microsoft's previous collaboration.
Leeching off for other people.
But there was pushback against the partnership. Dreamcast had never been competitive with Sony, and Xbox needed to be unlike anything Microsoft had tried before. That left one last great hope.
Who do you think it is?
With Nintendo's 64-bit technology, now Mario lives in a 3D world, and you can make him go wherever you want.
As we began to understand the business model, we really appreciated Nintendo. People don't buy consoles, they buy games. They want to play Mario, they want to play Pokemon, they want to play Zelda.
Accepting the award for Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time will be Shigeru Miyamoto.
And you look at Nintendo and you find the Spielberg of the video game industry in Miyamoto, and you go, wow, this guy's unbelievable.
Thank you very much.
I knew I could convince Microsoft to outright buy Nintendo. I mean, it would be an amazing accomplishment because it's the national treasure of Japan.
So if you buy Nintendo, you get credibility in the Japanese market. You maybe even get Miyamoto.
Was there a way to make that happen? Because that would give us instant credibility.
If Microsoft were to acquire Nintendo, they would have gotten two things. One was the hardware, and second is a massive games portfolio.
From Rick's point of view, if you could acquire Nintendo, you would immediately have access to the best game library in the world, full stop. So I made an introduction to the people that ran Nintendo of America, told them what we were interested in, and then we made a trip to Kyoto.
And who do you think you are barging into my office?
But I could tell from the first meeting that there wasn't a chance this was going to happen. They were highly skeptical.
Guards!
They were like not even remotely interested in selling the business. I never got past square one on trying to acquire them.
That to me is the pivotal point for Xbox. Oh my gosh, we're actually going to do this ourselves.
What? They spent years trying to convince to get the green light to make this system. And then when they finally get it, they go, oh, we're going to have to do this ourselves because we need to go buy somebody to get console to be relevant in the gaming industry. And when everybody said no, do you see the parallel here? When everybody's like, no, we're not going to make a console for you and you make the software. We don't want to partner with you. We don't want to put our games in your service. Oops, that's the parallel. We don't want to do that. So what are you going to do? We're going to go buy them. Nobody wants to partner with us, so just go buy Nintendo. We got it. And then when Nintendo laughed them out, they realized, like, uh-oh, we got to do this ourselves. Do you see the parallels as to what's happening currently with Game Pass? Nobody wants to partner with them. Nobody wants to put their game in Game Pass, the games that they need in there to grow the service. Nobody wants to do that. So what are they trying to do? Exactly what they did then. Let's just go buy Nintendo. Let's just go buy Activision and get instant credibility of games going into the service. Call of Duty's never going to be in Game Pass, but we just go buy Activision and then it will. It's in their DNA. It's their heritage. This is what they do. They want to just do the software and services and sit back and make you make the hardware. You do the hard work. I just sit back and collect. It's the same thing that's going on with Game Pass. Nobody is choosing them, so they got to go buy. Nobody was choosing to partner with them to make a console, so they said, let's just go buy Nintendo. And Nintendo said no. And what happened?
The chance this was going to happen, they were highly skeptical.
Guards!
They were like not even remotely interested in selling the business. I never got past square one on trying to acquire them.
That to me is the pivotal point for Xbox. Oh my gosh, we're actually going to do this ourselves. And that scared the crap out of us. Because once it became a do-it-ourselves project, now the Microsoft brand is on the line, the Microsoft name's on the line, it's going to be big and public. We're going to have to do a lot of things new. We're going to do hardware at scale. We are no longer in the Microsoft playbook.
You hear that?
Xbox. Oh my gosh, we're actually going to do this ourselves. And that scared the crap out of us. Because once it became a do-it-ourselves project, now the Microsoft brand is on the line, the Microsoft name's on the line, it's going to be big and public. We're going to have to do a lot of things new. We're going to do hardware at scale. We are no longer in the Microsoft playbook.
There you go. You see the history, the parallels. And you got people out here telling the CMA, just go buy them. They'll make everybody better. But do you see what happened when somebody said, no, don't buy us, do it yourself? And I've said this so many times on here. Game Pass is going to live and die by Microsoft's first-party output. And that's the thing that's lacking. They don't have that first-party output. They need first-party games that people want to play. And they seem to just struggle with that. And you just want them to buy a whole entire publisher after buying the other publisher. This is not their first go around. And them saying we're not done. Yeah. They're not done. That's why them saying no made Microsoft really realize they had to do it themselves. Because sometimes if they would have bought Nintendo, they probably would have drove that shit right into the ground and spun that thing off. And that's right, Mr. Tennis. If Activision is bought, Microsoft will ruin the quality of Activision. Dude, they did it with Nokia. Nokia was huge, and they bought Nokia, and they shit him out. You know? Once they were done with them. They wrote off look at this. They acquired Nokia, and then they sold it. It was a $7.6 billion write-off. It employed 55,000 people. Microsoft Recon team brought Bill Gates himself to see the device that Nokia was working on. In 2013, they bought Nokia. 5 billion euros was them to take part in mobile market. Remember the mobile market? After the stuff was 7 billion euros. At the time, 2013, Nokia was selling 251 million headsets. With the hardware muscle right now, some argue that Microsoft's right move should have been to make Windows OS free on their smartphones. Of course, that's easier said than done. Microsoft wasn't successful in figuring out the licensing puzzle, inserting themselves into the phone brand. But just think about it. Free adoption of Windows Phone will make it more direct competition to Android because Android was faster. But instead, the firm's efforts to elbow with first-party hardware received a massive setback. Long story short, in 2015, Microsoft writes off $7.6 billion in consequences of Nokia acquisition and lays off 7,880 employees at roughly $800 million restructuring charge, write-off. And they sold off everything. Done. 2013 and sold them off in 2016. Done. Laid off about 8,000 people and shut the whole thing down as a $7.6 billion write-off because they were so focused in owning their software. They did not want to give their software out because that's what they do. What happened to Nokia after it? It recovered, but it's been diminished to almost being unknown for the new generations. A company that was reigned over the mobile industry became a runner-up and ended up maneuvering just to keep its head up. There you go. They ate them up, chewed them up, and spit them out. Nokia can't even, and they're done. So people think Microsoft spending money is a good thing. It's a desperation thing to be a dabble. It's a dabble. Let's dabble into this cloud thing. You know what? It's not proven. It's not what it is. But you know what? If it doesn't turn out to thing, we always have Office 365 to rely on. It's in their DNA. It's in their history. That's why this practice that they have doesn't excite me. Because it's not about the games anymore. It's about Microsoft business. And that's the thing that grinds my gears. Like it's not about games. And we have gamers talking about it like it is about games. It's not. This is their history. This is what they do. So writing letters to a CMA to say, yeah, let us buy it. This is better for everybody. It's not better for everybody. It's not. The game is already everywhere. If this was an indie company that needed the help and Microsoft could help with distribution, that's one thing. This is Activision, who's on everything already to begin with. Microsoft's not going to help it. All Microsoft's going to do is just get the money and make sure that things in Game Pass if they can. So stop writing the letters to the CMA. And anyway, just to finish this thing up, it's been an awesome show, guys. I want to thank everybody for all their support, the super chats, the VIPs, the guests that came on. I know Link was coming back from work. It was tough for him. Frogs is traveling. Ghost was on here for a long time. Thank you, Ghost, for coming on, man. Yeah, drop off. But shout out to all the VIPs here. But, you know, the thing is that it just, they say it so many times. It's about the games. And those are the letters that you should be writing. Especially this holiday. When you sit down all nestled up with the fireplace going on, and you're sitting there going like, I'm going to write my letter to the CMA. You know, I'm going to sit by the fireplace crackling and write my letter to the CMA and tell them why they should buy it. Change the address. Send it right to Xbox headquarters and Phil Gloria Spencer. And tell him, where are the games? Where are the updates? Why am I paying $15 a service for a service that's not delivering content? You have all these studios since 2018. Where are the games? Where is the promise? Where is the roadmap? You delayed Starfield. We don't even know what the release date is. It was supposed to be out here in November. You delayed Redfall. Who knows when that is? Did we see Fable? Do we see Perfect Dark? Do we know Everwild? Do we know Avowed? Do we know anything? We know nothing. So write your letter to Phil and tell them to bring us games. Magna Visuals with the 5. He goes, Microsoft has always been about we own. You rent mentality. That's why they don't do third-party deals. Yeah, they changed it. They used to do them, Magnum. But Phil said he doesn't do them anymore. But people turn that into Microsoft can't because they're weak. They're not weak. They chose this path. They chose not to bring games. And I had that, I quote, the green light. Phil always had the ability to buy studios, but he chose not to. He said he had the green light, but, you know, we don't need to buy them. Something changed because their strategy changed. And with that, Grinders, hit that like button, share it out. Thank you for over 250 people live. Amazing show. Thank you to all the guests. Thank you to all the super chats, the VIP grinders, and all the grinders in the Grindhouse. Hit that like button. Keep it locked here. Hit that subscribe button if you like the content here, because you get the interviews and you get the true opinions of a former Xbox fan that's just been disgruntled and disappointed. But we get to play still great games. Unfortunately, you know, it's not coming from them right now. But thank you, everybody. Again, Magnum, and Magnum Visuals there. Damasi, thank you. Shout out to Compo Smurf. Wara, I saw you. Sergeant, thank you again, everybody. Hit that like. I'm going to give you guys the last song of the evening. You know what it is. 12 Minutes in Hades. It's all about this for them.
Oh, and second on 2. New games are coming fast. 12 minutes in Hades. And they're all on Game Pass. Some of them are playing Requiem. What to play first and what to play last.